you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get down to the other stuff here in a second. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, just vibe. This is a MaNiC Capricorn MoOnDaY vibe.
There's a fine line, baby, I'm on it.
Tina.
There's a fine line between love and hate. You see, came way too late, but baby, I'm on it. There's a fine line between love and hate. You see, came way too late, but baby, I'm on it. Can't worry about what a nigga think to see. That's liberation, and baby, I want it.
Everything is vibration.
Can't worry about what another nigga think. Now that's liberation, and baby, I want it. Let me hear it.
Pluto's in Aquarius though, so we need liberation.
Many times I sit back and contemplate, fresh off the day, but I'm telling my story.
Yeah.
My relationship with my folks is give and take, and I've been through so much, now giving my glory.
Just fine.
To have a choice to be who you want to be is left up to me, and my mama never told me. I say I have a choice to be who you want to be is left up to me, and my mama never told me.
Yeah. Just fine.
I'm so tired, been so long, struggling, hopelessly settling for the day. I sacrifice every breath I breathe to make you believe I give
What's up, Anthony? Just fine.
Oh Lord, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. I feel like I walk most of the road on my own. On my own.
It's Monday, baby. The moon is in Capricorn.
We alive when we in. That's why I'm
Yeah.
giving up till it's gone, 'cause I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone.
It's grind time.
If anything I can say, if I ain't ready, touch your soul, make it whole. I sing for you and I.
Everything is vibration.
But I can feel it in the rain, beginning of the end. But people keep your head to the sky. Shake the load off, 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 shake the load off,
Bye.
shake the load off, 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 shake the load off.
Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in the door and shake that load off. Shake that load off.
Shake the load off, 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 shake the load off.
Beats by Bless Zone Now Music.
Shake the load
Bless Zone Now.
off, shake the load off.
Look in your face, you're a superstar. Niggas hang around cause of who you are. You get a lot of love cause of what you got. Say they happy for you, but they really not. Sell a lot of records and you roll the bins. Fall up in the spot, now you're losing friends. All you wanna do is give the world your heart. Record label try to make it compromise.
That's
I
the
must
Capricorn
admit,
moon
I
vibe.
planted a lot of things in the brains and the veins of my strain. Makes it hard to refrain from the host of cocaine, from them whores from the flame, from a post in the game. Makes it hard to maintain focus. Then from the Glock rounds and lockdowns and burials, the seeds that sowed get devoured by the same locusts. Cause it's a hard road to hoe if your ass don't move and the rain don't fall and the ground is dry, but the roots are strong, so some survive. To your surprise, never voice their cries. You got more juice than Zeus, slinging lightning trying to frighten the plains dwellers of the Serengeti, but get beheaded when you falsely dread it. Melanin, silicone, and collagen injected. The second my pride, don't get it started. We be the lion-hearted, without infanticide. It's like that
This
red
is
Sprite
priceless
you can't
knowledge
imagine,
itself.
unless you're looking at the canvas of life, not through the peephole of mortality. Single-minded mentality, getting over on loopholes, getting paid twofold on technicalities. Clicking your heels, scared to voice how you feel, packing steel. Picking cotton from the killing fields with no total. I don't think we in Kansas no moto. Midwest or dirty South, clean dress or dirty mouth. Whether robbing preachers or killing poor righteous teachers. You a scared demon, shouldn't be allowed to spread semen. And your cowardly lines never define the jackals of Babel. Running with they pack, tail between your legs. Though the man on your head say the story. As you downplay your glory, cackling, helping the shackling of your brethren happy. Just by rapping. Liberate, liberate.
Just vibe. Yeah. This is a MaNiC Capricorn MoOnDaY. We're gonna take just a few minutes to let a few more people trickle in, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty. Now today, we're gonna touch on the transits. We're gonna elaborate on the aspects that might be affecting you. Just vibe. But first comes the vibe. And let me give a shout out to highly underrated apparel. I'm fucking with this motherfucking flannel they sent me. Yeah. Find highly underrated in Spencer's, in Dillard's, or you can see it looking fresh on me. It's Monday. That's fine. Yeah, man. Just let that vibe seep in. See, the knowledge comes naturally. We're already tapped in. We'll get to that. But first we vibe. Now, let me tell you something before I go any further. If you have not smiled yet today, now would be the perfect time to do so. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, then please allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe. All the time, what it was, cuz. Just let that vibe seep in. This is a Capricorn moon vibe. The sun is still in Sagittarius. Life is a journey, but for me, life is a musical.
Not too far or long ago when life was straight up and cars would move slow.
think, hey, that's funny. How does it look on you? Because this looks amazing on me. That's all I give a fuck about. That hate, it doesn't resonate. Swipe up, bitch. This ain't for you. If not, let that Sagittarius energy pump some positivity into you. And we ain't even gonna play no games. Tina Claire Marie, please dismiss this clown. That energy is preposterous. And while I'm doing that, let me put y'all up on game real quick. For those of y'all that aren't already familiar. This is priceless knowledge of self. Matter of fact, I don't even gotta do that. This is priceless knowledge of self. Yeah. We are the Vibe Tribe. There are thousands of us all over the world. So we're not thirsty for subscribers. We're not hungry for attention. No. We're here to raise the vibration with knowledge and information. So we're going to talk about astrology and numerology. We're going to talk about all types of stuff that help you understand yourself and energy better and thus raise that vibration. So if that ain't for you, swipe up, bitch. And that's okay because it ain't for everybody. Some people won't be able to understand it. It is. And the problem is, when you come in on that negative shit or that troll shit, you're just separating yourself from this beautiful vibe that we have established. You could have been on your own channel doing your own thing, doing comedy and clowning motherfuckers. But the problem is, you ain't got it. So instead, you in my comments, struggling for attention. That's beautiful. But look, as you come in on that troll shit and that negative shit, you're going to separate yourself from this vibe. So you'll be able to observe. You just won't no longer be able to participate, nor should you be, because you excluded yourself. So when that happens, either myself or one of my constituents, meaning my moderators, and there are lots of them. When I say lots, there's probably over 100 of them. We're just getting started. People ain't tapped in yet. And we're going to be here for some hours. So it's going to take some time for us to get into the vibe all the way. But let me tell you, as they come in, they're going to put your ass out if you want some fuck shit. I'm talking about they're going to put you out so motherfucking fast, it's like you never even existed in this place. So as fast as it took you the time to type that bullshit that you are typing, you'll be having to exist in another space. Harry the Cat, there's a money symbol down there, right there. You can hit that and you can hit super chat and you can donate through the super chat, or you can hit the Cash App. Somebody pin my Cash App so Harry the Cat can hit that Cash App, because we damn sure love the money. The moon is in Capricorn after all, and this is a capitalist society. But yeah, look, man. And once again, before I get back into the vibe, because we're going to talk about astrology and numerology in just a minute. I'm going to tell y'all what's going on with the cosmos. We're going to get into an energetic forecast. But first, first we vibe. All right? First we vibe. What's up, Rach? What's up, Ray Massey? Cleaner. How you doing? Now, let me also tell y'all this. Y'all need to make sure when y'all are out shopping for clothes, I know they have it in Spencer's. I know they have it in Dillard's. Y'all need to be looking out for highly underrated. Pardon me, I said underrated apparel. Highly underrated apparel. I've said this so many times. I don't know. I don't know why I messed up that time. We're just gonna blame that on Mercury retrograde. But either way, that's where I got this flannel. That's where I got that awesome jacket that I wore a week or two ago. I'll wear it again soon. But I got that. I have a couple of more flannels coming from that. And so I am very proud to be a brand ambassador for them. They got some dope clothes. Fuck with them. All right? Y'all make sure y'all go check them out. Now, make sure y'all also go check out Blue Aliens. I'll be wearing some of their astrology apparel and merch throughout the week also. I'll wear the Sagittarius season shirt for Sagittarius season at least once a week or so. All right, so we'll get to that. I wore it last Wednesday. We'll wear it again. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check out Blue Aliens too. That's www.blu3aliens.com. As a matter of fact, you can just click on the link that's pinned right there in the chat and it'll take you there. And when you get there, they have all types of awesome astrology shirts. They got crystals. They got psilocybin or fungi, for those of y'all don't know what I'm talking about. They got THCA gummies that'll help get your mind right, but also keep you perfectly legal in most places. They got all types of goodies. And if you use my promo code, PrIcElEs, you'll get 15% off of any order over $15, and you'll get free shipping. That's on me. All right? And let me give a shout out to the Witcher on these hoes. And when I say the Witcher on these hoes, I'm not talking about the Witcher on you hoes. I'm talking about the Witcher on these hoes. You got to say the whole thing or the vibration ain't right. That's who runs Blue Aliens. That's one of our Vibe Tribe members. And y'all make sure y'all go support and show love. Go to Blue Aliens, the link right there in the chat. Go get you a shirt. Go get you some crystals. Go get you some goodies. And make sure you stay in motherfucking tune with whatever you need. All right? And you can stay fly like me. You there? Because I'm flyer than you. Yeah, my teeth might be messed up. Yeah, I'm light skinned, all that shit. I'm bald head. But guess what? I'm finer than you. And I'm getting paid to do this. You know, I'll be giving him a lot of props, and I'm going to give him more props. But I was watching the end of that Mafia-thon with CashApp the other day. And he always shows his little cipher that he does. But there's one line that he says in his cipher that is profound. He said, y'all do this shit for fun. I do this shit because they pay me. And it just so happens that CashApp is a Capricorn moon in himself. He's a Sagittarius sun, Capricorn moon. Now, the sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Capricorn today. So we are definitely in that type of energy. All right. We got to make it make sense today. Now, before we get into all of that, let's vibe just a little bit more. All right. Because I'm on that Capricorn moon vibe. So I think I want to jam some 3000. I'm talking about Andre 3000. Because he just so happens to be a Capricorn moon himself. So let's stay in that vibe. Usually I be on 0 when the moon is in Capricorn, but nah, not when the sun is in Sagittarius. We'll get back to 0 when it's Capricorn season and the Capricorn moon, and we can be depressed and we can complain and we can talk about how life's been cold and all that shit then. But right now, this is the type of shit that makes you want to go get it. This is about that journey. You understand? So let's get to this. This vibe.
Okay.
It's a Sagittarius season vibe.
Yeah,
the whole fucking world. Hey, now one more time.
Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I'm afraid, like I'm scared as a dog, but I've got a new song, and I want y'all to sing along. Sing along.
Make sure y'all hit the like button as you come in the door.
See, this is the way that we walk on a sunny day when it's raining inside and you're all alone.
The vibe is the most important part. We'll get to the numerology and the astrology in just a minute, but first.
Yeah, cause the whole world loves it when you don't get down. And the whole world loves it when you lay down.
That's the sad season vibe.
And the whole world loves it when you're in the news. And the whole world.
Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we come on again.
Take a little ship, hey, attack up your mind. Look forward, not behind, then you see what you find. I called a sucker dime, cause he thought it could rhyme. If his mama is a quarter, daughter must be a dime. I got a meter. Don't take no shots, I don't use a reaper. Asian, I don't even keep the radio neither. Only if I need to know the sports or the weather. I'm a cool type of brother, but yeah, your head I separate from the neck. See, ain't nothing changed, hit the stage. Still a date sucker, in battle we can engage. I slice you, wipe you, marry you, divorce you, throw the Porsche at you. Is what I'm forced to do, with my back against the wall. Crack his back, y'all. No, it ain't went nowhere like heavy hair with style and gel in it. Throw a curl in it, thread that nappy shit up.
throw a shell in it. Whatever floats your boat, I find your lost remote. And this is for the niggas working at the airport who got laid off. I take my shades off. If you look straight in my eyes, you still might see the sky. Because the whole world loves it when you don't get down.
Element Productions. To some, but some would say I'm an angel. But the whole world can see it. We're gonna get into the astrology in just a minute, but first just vibe.
Player, I grind, my focus is crime. Raw with the rhyme, I'm slick with the slime. My words are diamonds, dug out of mine. Spit them, polish, look how they shine. Glitter, glisten, gloss, floss. I catch a beat running like Randy Mouse. Ride that bitch off like a brand new house. I'm rolling my stones, gather no mouth. Mommy, I'm coming, I hope you get off. I rock you on boat like a Leah and talk. Back, forth, get that fella on course, make that track a course, rap, roll, utterly rock with my mouth to the mic and my hand on my cock. Cadillac outcast just won't stop. The whole world loves it when you don't get down. And the whole world loves it when you make that sound.
Oh yeah.
Looking dismal. Went in the bathroom and it's Captain Pepto-Bismol. Need it for my stomach cause my tummy kinda aches like a junkie on the draw fresh up off the plate. Wait, back to the enemy of the state is the Republicans or Democratic candidate debate. Now even the black box sold the fake. Clueless like Shay and Scooby before commercial break. Hey, extreme prejudice, dismiss this. If you want to, you can dub it till you hit this. I know you're going to. Be in this, replenish your musical wish list. When it comes to this music, we say relentless. Pursuing all that's pursuable. Doing God willing all things that are doable. The only liable limitation is yourself, Dre. Set it on the right and I'll set it on the left.
The whole world loves it when you don't get down.
Just vibe.
And the whole world loves it when you make that sound. And the whole world loves it when you're in the news. And the whole world loves it when
What's up, Australia? That's a Sagittarius season vibe. We're gonna get into the knowledge in just a minute. That comes naturally, but first we have to establish the vibe. Can you feel that? Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. In just a few minutes, I'm gonna get into an energetic forecast. I'm gonna tell you what's going on astrologically. All right, but then. No, I ain't even gonna go there. But first we vibe. We in this Capricorn moon vibe. And it is a MaNiC Capricorn moon day. Carmela McKelly, what's up? What's going on down under? Now, would you like me to quote some of the Bible? Element Productions. Would you like me to quote some? People fear things they do not understand, and it'll be all right. You should be on your channel prophesying. You should be on your channel giving your testimony, preaching to the motherfucking masses. It's Sagittarius season. But instead, you in my comments on some cock-sucking bullshit. Don't do that to yourself, beads. It's just Monday. We got a whole week ahead of ourselves. See, I was about to get started, but we're going to vibe more. The vibe ain't right. Y'all still on some troll shit. So we're going to keep vibing. When I feel like the vibe is right, that's when I'll get into the knowledge. So, it's just me and you. Everything is vibration. Light it up, I'm gonna take you on the elevator.
One for the money, yes sir, two for the show. A couple of years ago, on Headland and the low, was the starter, something good. Where me and my nigga rode the martyr through the hood, just trying to find that hook up. Now every day we looked up at the ceiling, watching ceiling fans go round, trying to catch that feeling off instrumental. Had my pencil and plus my paper, we caught the 86 block on your head to Decatur, writing rhymes, trying to find our spot off in that light off in that spot. Knowing that we can rock, doing the hole in the wall club. This shit here must stop. Like freeze, we making the crowd move, but we not making no G's, and that ain't no. A 1-2 dope niggas in the Cadillac, they call us. Went from Plague's ball to balls, putting the South up on the map. Was like Little Rock to banging. Niggas say motherfuck that plaguing. They paying, we staying legging vocals. No past done. Made it with them big boys up in this industry. Outcast, yeah, them niggas they making big noise. Over 1 million sold to this day. Niggas they take it like they 96 gon' be that year that all y'all plaguers haters can bite me. Around this bitch, your mama and your cousin too. Rolling down the strip on boat, coming up, slamming, can't let go. Me and you.
I gotta get your vibe right for the week.
Rolling down the strip on boat.
It's MoOnDaY and the moon is in Capricorn.
Back in the day when I was younger, hunger, looking to fill me belly with that rally.
You might be taking shit too seriously.
Pull shit off like it was supposed to be pulled. Full of the chick I was, stone like them white boys, smoking them white girls before them blunts.
You gotta use this Sagittarius sun energy to peep the big picture, to see the irony of it all. You're not a victim, baby. You're just a part of the process.
And I'm so high, smoking freely. Me, Lil Big, Rick Mona Shook, and my little brother James. Things changed in the hood where I live at. Them rats know, mama, I want to sing, but mama, I want to trick. And mama, I'm sucking dicks now. We moving on up in the world like elevators. Me and the crew, we pimps like 82. Me and you like Tony. Yeah.
Just vibe.
Like this.
That's what's wrong with you. You need a vibe.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Your mama and your cousin too. Rolling down the strip on board. Smoking up, slamming, can't let go.
Chad, you need to smile right motherfucking now.
Your mama and your cousin too.
Yeah.
Rolling down the strip on board.
Make sure y'all go check out highly underrated apparel. Get you a flannel or something.
The way that I just came from. Some nigga was saying something, talking about something. You remember?
Tell him Rodrigo
not
sent
really,
you.
but he kept smiling like a clown, facial expression looking silly, and he kept asking me, what kind of car you drive? I know you paid, I know y'all got buku with pros from all them songs that y'all done made. And I replied that I've been going through the same thing that he has. True, I got more fans than the average man, but not enough loot to last me to the end of the week. I live by the beat like you live, check to check. If you don't move your feet, then I don't eat, so we like neck to neck. Yes, we done come a long way like them slim ass cigarettes from Virginia. This ain't gonna stop, so we just gonna continue. You, your mama and your cousin too. Rolling down the strip on board. Coming up, slamming, can't let go. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Rolling down the strip on board. Coming up,
Jeremiah Lewis, you missing the motherfucking point, homie.
me and you.
But it's just me and you.
Mama and your cousin too.
I'm gonna teach you a little something just a
Rolling
bit.
down the strip on board.
You caught up in appearances.
Slamming, can't let go. Me and you, your mama and your
Projecting your negativity onto me, and that's alright.
rolling down the strip on board. Coming up, slamming, can't let go.
Yeah,
Me and you, your mama and your cousin too.
just vibe.
Rolling down the strip on board. Coming up.
Now, before I get into the astrology, let me also direct y'all, if you're on Facebook, to go join STAR. Yeah, that's the Society of Tarot and Astrology Readers. That's a group. And I'm going to let you know. First of all, we do a lot of shit posting, so you got to check your emotions at the door because they will get hurt. Plain and simple. 2, this is a goddess-driven community, so it's not a safe space for a man. But you have to logically ask yourself, has the world ever been a safe place for a woman? No. So it's only fair. All right? And it's just not a place for you to assert your male ego because there can only be one king and I am him. And there actually are 2 of me there, so we can't do that. And I'm not going to explain that any further. You did. And so let me also tell y'all, I have indomitable swagger. I have impenetrable protection. So all of that negativity that you're doing in those comments is just separating you from this beautiful vibe that we are establishing here. We're about to talk about astrology and numerology, and we're going to talk about what's going on energetically and how it relates to you in real life. If it ain't for you, you can just swipe up. Because as you took the time to type that bullshit, in doing that act, you are also separating yourself from this beautiful vibration that we are on. So we ain't even connecting. And those jabs, they're not even connected. There's no point in that. You hear me? There's no point in that. You can do it, but it's never gonna get under my skin. You can Temu chains, Drake from Temu, Drake from Walmart. I don't look anything like Drake. I'm fucking bald headed. I'm older than Drake. I'm hood for real. I'm here on some positive shit. So that bullshit is stupid. All right? It's like y'all are caught up in pop culture bullshit because before there was a stupid ass song by Kendrick Lamar about Dre, y'all would never say that type of shit. But everybody is just doing the same thing that the next motherfucker said. That's the problem. Come with something original. Every now and then I'll see some original, I laugh like a motherfucker. I'm in my chat, somebody named themselves Priceless Knowledge of Shelf. That's original. That's clever. When you have some original and some clever shit, I'll actually acknowledge it. Other than that, you just wasting your energy. Oh yeah, my teeth too. Thank you for reminding. What they gonna talk about my teeth? What else we gonna talk about? My eyes gonna be low. You're gonna ask if my eyes are open. We're gonna be on all of this negative shit. So let's get this out so we can get into the positive vibe. All right. I said it, right? My chains. We're gonna talk about my chains, right? My chains, right? Okay. You say they Temu chains and they Temu chains. Don't bother me. I'm looking good in these motherfuckers. And I'm actually getting paid to wear them with the outfit that I have on. That's what's beautiful. You in my chat playing. I'm looking amazing and getting paid to do so. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Your comments are all engagement. So what they're going to do is they're just going to get more people to come engage. And all that's going to do is run the numbers up and thus be something productive. And in doing so, you're also separating yourself from this vibe. You're making yourself known. And then my constituents, meaning my moderators, will just put you about this motherfucker. So you will not exist in this space. You'll be able to observe, but you won't be able to exist. And that's a concept that you'll have to, grapple with inside of your own head. All right. And so that's the last time we're going to entertain that today. And I just had to say it to help you out because it's not bothering me. I'm still fly, still happy, I'm still full of joy. I'm still finna give y'all some of this priceless knowledge of self. All right. So, yeah. What's up, Ad? And what fucked up is I be trying to save some of y'all motherfuckers. If we keeping it all the way 1,000, I don't be tripping. The moderators do not play no games. Tina Claire Marie, Watkins Cat House, Rach, they don't play no games. Like, it's a lot of them that don't play no fucking games about me. I told y'all I'm divinely protected. You hear me? Capitally connected and divinely protected. Yeah. I know. So smile right motherfucking now. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're about to talk about what's going on astrologically, but y'all still on some negative shit, so we're going to vibe one more. Let's go one more. Yeah. Michael Jordan, homie.
And the peaches and the mangoes that you could sell for me.
This is priceless knowledge of self.
What do you think my brain is made for? Is it just a container for the mind? This great matter. Sincere replied, what is your woman? She just a container for the child. That soft pink matter, cotton candy, Majin Buu. Oh, oh, oh. Close my eyes and fall into you, you. My God, she's giving me pleasure.
Just let that vibe seep in. The vibe is the most important part. I'm gonna say some things that you might not be able to comprehend. But that feeling right there,
Aliens are watching live
that's real.
from the purple matter.
That's real right there.
Since it went quiet, then violent, we sparred until we both grew tired. Nothing mattered. Cotton candy, Majin Buu. Oh, 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 oh. Dim the lights and fall into you. My God, giving me pleasure, pleasure matter.
That's a vibe right there.
Since you been gone, I've been having withdrawals. You was such a habit to call. I ain't myself at all, had to tell myself no. She better with some fella with a regular job. I didn't want to get her involved. By then, Mr. Benjamin was sitting in awe. Hops until my car drove far. Falls too close, and I remember my memories no sharp. But a knife, what a life anyway. I'm building y'all the clock stop, what am I anyway? She had the kind of body that would probably intimidate any of them that were unsouthern. Not me, cousin. If models are made for modeling, thick girls are made for cuddling. Switch worlds and we can huddle in. Who needs another friend? I need to hold your hand. You need no other man. We flee to other lands.
Ooh, Andre is the Picasso of rap. He paints a picture. So motherfucking beautiful, man. 3 stacks. That's a vibe.
Good at being bad, you're bad at being good. For heaven's sakes, go to hell. Nah, not good. You're good at being bad, you're bad at being good. For heaven's sakes, go to hell. Knock on wood, for heaven's sakes, go to hell. Knock on wood.
That's a vibe right there, ain't it?
But frankly, when that ocean's so motherfucking good, make her squat the motherfucking wood, make her walk the motherfucking plank, make her rob a motherfucking bank with no mask on and a rush to revolve.
That might be my favorite song in the whole motherfucking world. I ain't never heard that in my life, man. And I picked it. But I was like, man, let me put this. I'm on this Andre. But god damn, bro. Like, you have different artists that do different stuff when you're dealing with hip hop. But Andre 3000 is very unique in the way that he expresses himself, because it is like he's painting a picture, but it's abstract. Like, he is the Picasso of rap. It's beautiful. And not everybody does that. You have some people that tell stories, like Scarface. He tells stories. He makes you feel something. There's a certain Scorpio energy with Scarface. He hits you real deep. You understand? You have Tupac, who he evokes emotions. Him being an Aries moon, even that makes sense, even as a Gemini. You know, you have Biggie, and you know you get a vibe from Biggie, but you also are always impressed with his skills lyrically, with the way he put that together. You'd be like, man, he's smooth when he put that together like that. And there's a certain Virgo moon energy that comes with that. Now, there's just something with Andre that, as great as Big Boy is, as far as them being an outcast, Andre sets himself apart from the very beginning. It's just like when he comes on, this is official. This shit is official. You did. Now, I will also say, Andre 3000 is a perfect embodiment of a Gemini sun and Capricorn moon. Even when you think about this flute album he just did. Like, if we're going to be all the way honest, unless you are projecting your cultured self onto us, that was some bullshit. And I believe he knew that was some bullshit. Because at his heart, he's still a Gemini sun, Capricorn moon. He is a scammer. He's like, that was easy. You want to hear some Andre 3000? He doesn't want to rap. He doesn't feel like he has anything to rap about. So I'm going to put this shit out right here, and people are going to buy it. Because people want to be so woke these days. Like, that's the thing, is so many people are like, man, no, I listen to that. It's really, yeah, maybe so. But to be honest with you, it's not jazzy. It's not jamming. It's not even fluid. You know, when you listen to flute and piccolo, you actually can hear people who put runs together, and they can make some beautiful music. If you want to listen back to the Baroque periods and to classical music, you can see they can play those flutes, and they can go in. Even with oboes, like the motherfuckers get on those windpipes, and they can or those woodwind instruments, and they can do some amazing things. Like, for real. But there's also just some shit that he just did anything, and the names were really grabbing, and it was very clever, and it was an expression. It was just something he did, but he didn't take the time to do anything but just put some shit together, and people bought it. You want to hear Andre 3000? I don't want to rap. This is what I've been doing with my life. Let me put it out here for you. And I'm not even good at it, but people will buy it. people will buy it. And because of this culture that we've created, as far as it being a woke culture, or for everybody that uses spirituality and artistry as a fad, and people want to seem more cultured than they are, it's the perfect thing. It's like, it's the perfect scam. Like, oh, you don't get it. You can't. The reason that you don't like Andre 3000's new flute album is you don't get it. You don't get it. You're not deep enough to understand it and to get it. And so we all understand it, but I just thought it was very interesting to put it into perspective. Are y'all ready to talk about what's going on astrologically? Or are we vibing more? Fuck it, we vibing. I'm paying for this out of my pocket. I need to be reimbursed. Super chat, cash out. Everybody drop $2 right now.
Let me get a chop at this lumber. Niggas from down underground, they hanging around the A-town. Looking for a come up, working from 9 to 5 just to get some change, so keep more. Cause stay alive, not greedy and living life.
Oh no, that's the Capricorn moon vibe. That's perfect.
Let me get a chop at this lumber. Niggas from down underground, they hanging around the A-town. Looking for a come up, working from 9 to 5 just to get some change, so keep more. Cause stay alive, not greedy and living lavish shit. But you can bet that when I do, nobody from my crew will I forget. If I start to get large and come up on some change, I won't change. Everybody know they down. It's not the same every day, life can be different. These laws got me ready to burn cause I'm all a victim. So I still be slinging them fat pillows to make them meet each and every day as I comb my city streets. Sometimes I wish I never had been a part of this mess, cause the system got us fucked up. They put us to the test, women and men. If you black, you in. Food for the soul. Listen to what I tell you, it don't matter young or old. It's time we look up and do like we supposed. We killing each other over this bullshit and some clothes. We shot up in this world society with no place else to go. So frustrated, irritated. Sometimes I don't know myself. I be too numb to feel something.
Yeah, that's a Capricorn moon
vibe. Get in the Cherokee, let my mind fly free into the wilderness so I can get this shit off my mind. That's why I be smoking that dank sometimes. It keeps me from snapping, keeps me calm, keeps my mind open, keeps me fun. But what I got to do up in the studio.
Make sure y'all hit the motherfucking like button.
And my little Roman States Bureau, and my little cuz Mark Twain. How my fucking hang with me when I was out in the trap, or when I was going through what I ever sold. Only God knows what I go through. So I get down on my knees. Sometimes I come home too high to pray, but I get on my bed, lay on my back and meditate. Anyway, in the ceiling, the four walls, it's like cell therapy. Got nothing to do but write about my LIFE, put it down on paper. Hey. So what you feel for today, motherfucker, another hour. It might be sour, never know my day, so I'm praying in the shower. Look up and thank the Lord for forgiveness. I witness the bad, I'm looking for good in the Southwest. God bless my neighborhood. There's people killing in the streets and eat. Surviving the day is my only goal. And I said, just to make it home, I'm not alone. Someone's out to get me when I have it a shit wrong.
This is Capricorn moon vibrational therapy.
Why did you take me? Got me by the loose of my pants, got me on the curve in the traffic passing by. No questions, I said nothing. Looking for the mutant to be bucking the law. Nah, man, keep short of my shit.
This is an experience.
And I give see to be a G. It's a personal understand the plan. Can make no moves when you in the hands of the man. They got some new sweets down P Street. Left wing for the feds, right wing for the hard heads. Making more deals than buddy folks made with harsh feel. Somebody don't want my face in this place for 96 shit slick. Call me clean looking fresh. Dog be scratching at my chest under the order who, yes who, ain't none iller. The middle 1-to-1 to your ass. No more life, what you gave is the past. Cause ain't no future. On the miller, kept your case. Disgrace your face, make it seem to be safe. Ain't no place to run.
Just vibe.
Sometimes I don't even know how I'm gonna eat. About $20 away
CeeLo.
from on the street. Might see a nigga on TV, but hell, it's almost like I'm rapping for free. That little money be gone. God damn it, I'm gone. Gotta help keep the heat and the lights on. It would be nice to have more, but I kinda like being poor. At least I know what my friends here for. I wanna lie to you sometimes, but I can't. I wanna tell you that it's all good, but it ain't. It's niggas hurting and uncertain about if they gon' make it or not. That's why we got niggas feeling like they coming up with a little dope they sold. You can get some gold, but we won't make it as a whole.
We're gonna get into the astrology in just a few minutes, but we gotta vibe first. We on this Capricorn moon vibe.
You can smoke a pound of sense, and it still won't relieve your stress. God bless my thought process.
Country love homestead, what cracking?
Now as an outcast, I was born, was it warned up the harm that would come to meet me like MetLife, but yet like
There goes Picasso. Hold up.
As a whole, 'cause without you,
Watch how Picasso comes on that whole Andre 3000. Starts painting with them broad strokes.
You can smoke a pound of sense, and it still won't relieve your stress. God bless my thought process.
Thought process.
It's the thought process, Russian.
Now as an outcast, I was born, was it warned up the harm that would come to meet me like MetLife.
Start painting immediately.
Take me through a lot of ups and downs like it ain't nothing. Like
One more time.
but I ain't the one that's pushing.
Smoke a pound of sense, and it still won't relieve your stress. God bless my thought process.
Oh, nice. And he is a Capricorn moon.
Now as an outcast, I was born, was it warned up the harm that would come to meet me like MetLife, but yet like none. Take me through a lot of ups and downs like it ain't nothing. Like elevators, but I ain't the one that's pushing the buttons. I got off at the 13th floor when they told me that it wasn't one. They said it's skipped from 12 to 14. Still smoking, still drinking. No, I'm sitting.
And they came on and immediately started painting.
That in reality, the world is like a ball full of players. We trapped off in this maze with walls made of players that only pray up. It's the tightest game that you can have. The devil's taking a swing that might spring the broken glass, but my crystal ball sees the pistol fall to the wayside. Nobody would die in cops and robbers when we used to play ride.
This is priceless.
Only thing we feared was William Wayne. Never thought about hitting licks or slanging cane. Did not think I'd be the one to give into abortion. Label me murderer because my ass is scorching. Hot from the Glock that sits under my seat. Yeah, it's real fucked up that my folks come to get me, and it's like that.
Woo! What y'all know about that right there? It's almost that time for you to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. I think we're going to vibe to like 2 more cuts. I'm having to pay for this out of my pocket. So after we get done with this vibe, then I'm going to tell you what's going on astrologically. We're going to get into the transits. All right. But first, first we vibe. All right. Okar Mo Mayan, you said Kendrick seems like new Slim Shady. Well, Kendrick is very much inspired by Eminem, and that's very evident in his music, in the way that he spits it. Whether it be the different cadences that he uses, whether it be the abstract way that he himself approaches rhyming. But Kendrick very much is influenced by Eminem. I think he would himself would admit that. If you ever go are on Spotify or Apple Tunes or whatever it's called, iTunes, whatever it is, Apple Music or iTunes, whatever it is, make sure y'all go check out. What was I about to say? You got me all. Oh, Love Games off the Marshall Mathers LP2. So Love Games, that's a track with Kendrick and Eminem on there, and they go in on that beat. You understand? And you can see the similarities in their cadences and the way that they approach rhyming. And it's awesome. You know, it's awesomely competitive. It is a jam, but it's just not something that you can listen to all the time. And that's kind of how it is with Eminem and Kendrick. You're always dazzled by their skills. You're dazzled by their presentation. You listen to their album. You're touched by it even. But it's not something that you're jamming on a daily basis most of the time. There's a few songs that they do put out like that, but other than that, what they have is they give you something that's a presentation, an artistic presentation, and so they take it somewhere else. Steven Sabori said, using my mother's living room. This is actually not a living room. This is actually my office, and where I record at. There's different stuff that's actually put in the background at different times. And my mother's dead. Been dead for 25 years. I've been on my own for that long. So, as much as that sucks for you and your slights, it'll be all right. You understand? Y'all got to keep that negativity to yourselves. That's why I haven't started talking about what's going on astrologically yet. I'm letting y'all get all that negativity out, because when I start talking, I want y'all to be able to resonate with everything that's being said. You did. We're gonna talk about it. Let's vibe one more. Let's vibe to two more, and then I'm really gonna talk about what's going on. All right. I know when sometimes you get triggered. You swipe into some shit, and you see a motherfucker flyer than you, or you see a motherfucker that you feel like you're flyer than, you know, and it makes you want to dig at him. Ooh, sorry, I had to sneeze. It makes you want to dig at them, right? You want to jug, huh? Right. But the fact of the matter is, this is some other shit. What's up to my boy Kale? Jabias. You did. But for real though, man, there's no point in that shit, man. You typing out that bullshit when you wouldn't even play with me like that in real life. Never. Never, never. You never would. So let's just vibe, man. I'm about to get into this knowledge in just a minute. We're going to vibe first. The vibe is the most important part. Shout out to my brother, Kale. This is a Capricorn moon vibe. Here's a Sagittarius vibe too. Let me loose from the cord. I'm so gone, so far. I deserve more. Yeah. I'm begging you, please come home. No one even begs anymore. I'm begging you, please come. Mercury is still retrograde in Sagittarius. So I'm not even gonna blame y'all. You just talking out the side of your neck. all due respect.
Who should I best blame upon when all of the signs are brightly drawn and point back to your open arms? Too soon, but I'm here for the last of support. No longer
Ebony, what's up, baby?
bound by a broken heart. I'm begging you, please come home. No one even begs anymore. I'm begging you,
That's a vibe right
I'm
there.
begging you, please come home. No one even begs anymore.
Just please bring your funky ass home.
Somewhere in a plane on the water. My love, home base. Wipe the dirt off before I touch down.
You're all I need, all of me on my knees, normally harmony, bumblebee, hummingbird, I'm a nerd, study you, what do you, WWF, we fighting, we might need counseling, possibly more so me, sounds to me, frowns will be grounds to leave, hounds will be looking for you before you drop a tear, I pray them, stop pretending that I ain't him, I ain't them some dumpling, I remember when you start dying, them silver hairs and start hiding from your age, I ask why, how come, amazing how time can run away from us, I'm no nun, you're no priest, but I promise, hun, you gon' see a phenomenon, come with me like it's Ramadan, I don't eat like it's Comic-Con, I'm a freak for you, yeah. I'm begging now, pretty please, with cherries on top, Harry, wet, twat, Harriet, up, man, don't give up, and if your gut tells you to strut, then I'll hail you a car, but what man won't beg? You know I'm nutmeg, I will show up on a little moped with a little puppet, it'll be fluffy, we will untough and we can discuss it. You know I'm suffering, I don't miss my friend, I don't like my fan, bent up till I come well, that's illifon, sweet stuff, willabong, push stuck, billabong, leaks, that minimum, we gon' get along, peace and intercom, Jesus, been a long T-I-M-E, I'm pleased, I'm feeling down, please, I'm feeling down, please, I'm feeling down.
That's a vibe right there. We finna talk about it. Now, I told y'all to go join Start a Group, right? Well, I also want y'all to go check out starthesociety.com. All right. And as you go there, it's going to prompt you to join. And there are paid tiers, but there's also free access. You just have to create your account. As you come in there, you're going to open up the space. You're going to see that you are now a part of the network of the Society and Tarot and Astrology readers. But here's what's even more beautiful. You're also going to be immediately prompted to download the Mighty Networks app. And as soon as you download the Mighty Networks app, it's going to magically transform into the Star Network. And that is a social media network that is catered specifically to numerologists, astrologers, astrologists, tarotists, spiritualists, mystics, sages, witches, bitches, and all those things in between. And you can do whatever you want in there. So you ain't got to worry about getting zucked. And they be thirst trapping. I ain't gonna lie to you, they be buck naked in there. All right, they want to feel free to express themselves. They be talking shit, they be sharing, they be promoting, they be learning, they be teaching, they be doing all types of stuff. So make sure you go check out starthesociety.com. And as I said, as soon as you apply and put your membership in, it will direct you to download the Mighty Networks app, and then it will magically transform into the Star app, which is a social media network that is catered specifically to tarotists and astrologers or astrologists, numerologists like myself, mystics, witches, bitches. All right, we just don't like snitchers. All right, and there is a space where you ain't gonna get zucked or silenced if you say too much or pull off your britches. All right, so make sure y'all go check out starthesociety.com. Make sure y'all go check out Blue Aliens. That's www.blu3 ALIENS.com. Actually, you just got to click on the link that's pinned there in the chat. It's going to direct you to the shop. They have all types of awesome astrology shirts. They got crystals, they got gummies, they got psilocybin, they got all types of stuff that'll help you get your mind right and also help you look kind of fresh, you know what I'm saying? So go check them out and use my promo code PrIcElEs. PRIS. I said S. I can't even spell right. Look, that's Mercury retrograde. PrICELES. I can't even spell right. I can't even spell right. Nah, for real. For real though. PrICELESS. I had to get that right. What a fucking moron. But yeah, we blame that on Mercury retrograde. It's just fuck us. But you know what I was trying to say. And that's the Mercury and Sagittarius type shit. Now, it's not too much reefer. It's just absent-mindedness. It's absent-minded. And what Ray said, too much reefer. No, it ain't too much reefer, bro. It's absent-mindedness. But yeah, I'm blaming Mercury. Mercury's right there on my Uranus. It's in my third house right now, too. I need people to understand that. It was just give me a little grace. It's in my third house. It's right there on my Uranus in my third house. Mercury's at 18 degrees. My Uranus or Uranus is at 19 degrees. And it's right there in my third house. So Mercury is just retrograded right there on my shit. You understand? So, yeah. I mean, I know what I'm trying to say. And I know how to spell it, but can I spell it right out loud? And my brain is going all perfect. But me saying it, something completely different. Oh, look, John Doe said cornballedness. No. If anything, this is elephant balledness. They're that big, buddy. I need a wheelbarrow. Are you done? Are you done? Are you done? Now, anything else? Look, man, the moon is still in Capricorn. We're going to do this one, and then I'm really going to get into it. We've been jamming a lot, but y'all ain't been on the right vibe. So let's jam one more. This is the Capricorn Moon Anthem. Get up off your ass and do something.
Nigga, you need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. You need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your time trying to get high. You need to get up, get out, and get something. How will you make it if you never even try? You need to get up, get out, and get something. Cause you and I got to do for you and I don't recall ever graduating at all. Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all. Every day I just lay around, then I can't be found. Always has to give me some, living life like a bum. Times is rough. My auntie got enough problems of her own. Nigga, you supposed to be grown. I agree, I gotta be the man I'm supposed to be. But negativity is all you seem to ever see. I admit, I've done some dumb shit, and I'm probably gonna do some more. You shouldn't hold that against me though. Why not? My music's all that I got, but sometimes I'm speaking best for this to be manifested. I know you know, but I won't say this to you. I get high, but I don't get too high. So what's the limit supposed to be? That must be why you can't get your ass up off the bed before 3. You need to get up, get out, cut that bullshit out. Ain't you sick and tired of having to do without? And what up with all these questions? You act as though you know something I don't. Do you have any suggestions? Cause every job I get is cruel and demeaning. Sick of taking trash out and toilet bowl cleaning. But I'm also sick and tired of struggling. I never ever thought I'd have to resort to drug smuggling. Nah, that ain't what I'm about. See, no, we just continue traveling this route without any doubt or fear. I know the Lord ain't brought me this far so he can drop me off here. Then I make myself clear. Get up, get out, and get something.
Make sure y'all go check out highly underrated apparel.
You need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your time trying to get high, nigga. You need to
That's who sends me the stuff that I've been wearing on the lives here recently. Whether it be the flannels, this is actually a whole outfit. There's like some pants that I got on with this too. I'm not finna stand there for my pants or anything, but yeah.
stand up. So what
Same
stage
color
you
as the
did
hat
it?
and
See,
the
when I was
shirt
a
and
youngster,
shit.
used to
You
have them
understand?
fucking broke kids. My mama made me do it, but the devil, he made me smart. Taught me to jack them weak ass niggas before they fucking started in the middle school. I was a bigger fool. I wore a tank top to show off my tattoo, thought it was cool. I used to hang out with my daddy's brothers. I call them my uncles. They taught me how to smoke herb. I followed them when they ran numbers. So in a sense, I was Rosemary's baby. And then I learned the difference between a bitch and a lady. Yeah, I treat them all like hoes. See, I pimped them. Bitch never had my money, so I never whipped them. Wait, see, all the players came and all the players went. A player ain't a gangster, but a player can't handle with shit, bitch. You need to get up, get out, get something, smoke out, cause it's all about money, money, money. Yeah, I said it. A nigga spoken plants in the Braves. Said I hang where we go in, cause the dungeon is where the funk's at. Why? I'm true to organize, cause they raised me. I'm also down with the face, cause L.A. Reid, yeah, he pays me, and it's cool. Yeah, it's real cool, get paid, back pops, and all that other bad shit like that.
You need to
Get up, get out, and get something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. You need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your time trying to get high, nigga. You need to get up, get out, and get something. How will you make it if you never even try? You
Yes,
need
right.
to get up, get out,
Let's
and
get to it.
something.
Shout out to Beats by Bless Zone Out Music. He made this right here. Oh, him is perfect. Hold up. It's MoOnDaY. I messed it up. I'm messing up everything today. Now let's talk about what's going on cosmically, if you will. All right. Smile right now, though. Because no matter how fucked up life is, you tough. All right? And you have to stay optimistic at the prospect of things getting better. You have to stay optimistic at the chance to experience the process of making things better. See, people just want to see the end product. No, you have to understand this is all a journey, and there's no promise that you're going to get to whatever destination you're trying to get to. There's never that. Any breath could be your last. So it is about the experiences in each moment. It is about the journey in and of itself. See, we in this Sagittarius energy. So you do have to excuse me because I, like a lot of people, are going to be feeling just a little bit more philosophical. But I'm telling you the truth. Now, I'm speaking my truth from my perspective, and that is idealistic in its own right. See, some people don't understand that. Yeah, I'm being honest, but that doesn't mean what I'm saying is fact. As a matter of fact, I'm telling the truth, but that doesn't mean that this is gonna be something that resonates with you or that it is the same thing in your perspective. And so what you do is you take a step back and you look at things in the big picture. This is Sagittarius energy. You see beyond just yourself and your immediate wants. You see beyond the little mundane bullshit, and you see what this is really all about. What's the meaning of it? Right. This is where you figure out your why. See, there's actually an energetic process that plays out when you have the zodiac. Whether it goes through Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer to Leo to Virgo to Libra to Scorpio to Sagittarius to Capricorn to Aquarius or Pisces, there's a process that plays out there. And so when you see this process from Sagittarius to Capricorn, you have this process of figuring out why, what's the philosophy of it. You know, you sometimes need experiences to build up what it is and what's the purpose behind you doing what it is that you do. All right, because as you get to the Capricorn energy, it's about mastery. It's about doing that shit well and swell. You understand? It's about being the best. It's about pushing and going as hard as you can with it. It's about taking something and making something of it. You understand? It goes beyond just mere productivity. No, maybe we need to see this profitability. Taurus is prosperity. You have productivity, profitability, and prosperity. Now, profit is something that we are going to immediately equate with finance, but there's all types of ways you can profit from a situation. See, I have took a step back and had to look at it because as I was dealing with these brands, right? And I just started doing this, you know, and being an ambassador for a brand is something that is appealing, especially if it's something that I'm behind. But I also wanted to make sure that it was something that I myself could see myself wearing, because if not, you are just a fucking sellout. You are just somebody so I had to really see this as a style, and I was actually very honored. Now, when I'm dealing with these brands in this expression right here, sometimes I don't understand why they're doing it, because my platform isn't just huge. I do have a lot of people that do see this. Like, there'll be at least 2 to 20,000 people who will see this live session by the end of the day today. But beyond this right here, I guess it does show that there's a lot of faces, but I didn't see how they were making a profit off of this. You understand? And so at the same time, for them, it's just like the different people seeing that and hearing it, and just the by chance, it's those 1 or 2 people that get into it, and those 1 or 2 people that see I'm doing this, and then also you start to see other people who want to get in on this brand, and then so you start to see the people who actually observe and say, hey, well, his platform isn't that big, so I wonder what type of deal I could get, and so they start to do it. You get what I'm saying? And so it's just something that through it comes out right there. There's different ways that you can profit off a situation. They're profit from visibility. They're profiting from exposure. Me, I'm profiting financially or fiscally. You understand? And so it makes that, and I'm getting clothes, and my clothes weren't fitting. And so there's another way that I ended up profiting. I didn't have to pay for fucking clothes. And so that's been beautiful. And then you know, me partnering with the Witcher on these hoes, partnering with Blue Aliens, you know, that's something right there that I realized as a business person, they are really taking the time to not only believe in me, but believe in their vision that, okay, him putting us out there as far as Blue Aliens, the website that's pinned right there, and him wearing our merch in there, that's gonna bring in, and even if we're having to sell our product for cheaper, and we're already just right now trying to get it off the ground, this actually gives us more exposure, exposes us to the right type of people, and over time this will pay off. So it's an investment, you dig? And so what's worth it to you? Well, you have to figure that out. See, with Sagittarius energy, this is where you figure out your philosophy. You know, I said earlier that a lot of people are going to be more philosophical, but this is where you're figuring out what the philosophy is for you. What's the truth behind why you do what the fuck it is that you do, and you need that. And sometimes there takes experiences for you to figure that out. Sometimes other people can't tell you. This is not something you can read in a book. There's some shit you just got to learn for yourself the hard way. You understand? And it can be fun. Just make sure you don't take shortcuts, because that can have you starting all over again. And so I just feel like as we come into this Sagittarius energy, I think we all need to remember that the destination is the same for all of us. It's death. And that can come to us. We don't even have to go to that. And so as you are thinking about that, you need to remember it's all about the journey and the process and the experiences. It's about each experience that you have in each moment. And yes, you are building something. You have goals, and you have a cumulative approach to what your energy is trying to progress into. But you also have to understand that there's no guarantee that happens. And then things happen in life that shape you in different ways. And you actually signed up for this, you know? Remember that this is just it's just a journey. Life in and of itself is a fucking journey. And so give yourself a break and stay optimistic for the prospect of the next step. You know, you have to look at things and see, like, it's about perspective. Like, you have people and they'll say, hey, tomorrow isn't promised. And when somebody says tomorrow isn't promised, there's gonna be some people that they look at that and they immediately think that means that, oh, you could die. That means you might die tomorrow. And see, that right there, while it's true, It doesn't negate the fact that you can live today. You can fucking live today, right now. That's the truth. Please understand that. The fact that you could die any day, any moment means you can live right now. You are alive right now, so you have plenty to be positive about. As much as shit can get frustrating, as much as you go through the experiences, everything that happens, even the lessons, are blessings. And as we come into this Sagittarius season, I want you to try to really get some positivity about everything that happens. Everything. It's just a learning experience. You are here to learn lessons in an experience. It's all a part of the process. And you know I love to tell y'all this. It's all a part of the motherfucking process, cuz. So you gotta remember that shit. It's not the end result. You're not gonna become something. You need to be this. Because at the end of this life, you just get a chance to realize what you've always been. You go back to what you've always been. Whatever that is. Understand this experience, and this is what this is, an experience that's undeniable. I said undeniable. I never talked like that. Come on, man, I'm well spoken. Undeniable. It's undeniable, undoubtable, and undeniable. That see, I hope my mind is right. I got readings to do, man. What the fuck? Mercury. But yeah, just for, I'm trying to laugh it off, but I'm really getting frustrated. Like, what the fuck? But yeah. I'll fuck around and throw a temper tantrum in this bitch and knock all this shit over. It ain't above me to do some shit like that. Y'all never see me act out like that because I haven't in a long time, but it's in me. My moon is in the 5th house. It's in me. Now, let me give y'all the negative points about Sagittarius energy since I forgot what I was saying just a second ago. This is where people blow things out of proportion. Not exaggerate them, like with Leo. No, this is taking it too far. Like, you just took it too fucking far. You went too fucking hard. You ate too fucking much. You partied too fucking hard. Like, man, yes, this is an experience. And yes, even the lessons are blessings. But you don't need to sign up for so many fucking lessons. Like, please understand that. Be a blessing. Understand? Teach somebody about the experiences you had so they don't have to go through those same experiences, or at least if they are going to have those same type of experiences, at least they have some type of guideline, or they have some type of reassurance, not reassurance either. That doesn't even sound right. Like Mercury retrograde. We're blaming everything on Mercury. You fucking bitch. Mercury retrograde, you fucking bitch. Sorry. And then Mars is going to go retrograde by the end of the week. This shit is finna be some bullshit. In fire signs. Motherfuckers finna be arguing and fighting and be dead wrong. I promise you. I promise you. When Mars stations retrograde 2 and Mercury's already retrograde, for that first couple weeks, motherfuckers are going to be tripping for no fucking reason. Like for real. But yeah, this is like just blowing things out of proportion. This is where people are taking it too far. This is where people are going too hard. You know, this is what happens in Sagittarius season. And this is where people are blunt. But just because you're blunt and honest doesn't mean that it's right to say, or that, you should even be going there. And, you also have to revisit that when you think about Mercury being in retrograde in Sagittarius. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But the sun is conjunct to Mercury. They are slowly and surely approaching this retrograde Kazemi, to where, oh man, people are just gonna say it. Like, there's gonna be some fucking bluntness and some vulgarity that is going to be a motherfucker here in just about a week or so. All right. No, let's see. Mercury's moving. Yeah, I'll say about 4 or 5 days. They're gonna meet and they're gonna Kazemi one time in this retrograde, and it's gonna be one of those days where people are gonna be, just, what's the word I'm looking for? Just blunt as fuck. Where people are just gonna be tactless, where people are gonna be cussing and vulgar, and it's gonna be one of them days like, damn, like today was crazy. Like motherfuckers say anything, and it'll be one of those type of days, you know, and where people can be thoughtless. Or careless. So just so you know, that shit is about to get crazy. It's not crazy yet, but it's about to get just a little crazy. You know, to get a little crazy. And then the sun is opposite to Jupiter and square to Saturn. Shit. So the sun is loosely conjunct to Mercury, retrograde, Sagittarius. The sun is opposite to Jupiter in Gemini. And this is where, yeah, like, this is where just, like, this is fucking clown shit. This is Sagittarius and Gemini, and it's the sun and Jupiter. It's just like, motherfucker, you doing too much. It's gonna be that type of shit where it's just like people are fucking up, and it's because they're doing too much. And people are not listening, not paying attention. They have plenty of thoughts going on. There's plenty of intuition, but people are not paying attention to what's going on and outside of their own idealistic view of things. And people are only seeing what they want to see. And people are saying anything. People are saying anything. And when you see the sun is conjunct to Mercury and opposite to Jupiter, so Mercury's opposite to Jupiter, and Mercury's trying to Chiron, Mercury's sextile to the black moon Lilith, the sun is opposite to Jupiter, square to Saturn. Like, it just equates to a whole bunch of fucking bullshit, man. Like, a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. Just being real, man. Like, people letting their frustrations, their anxiety, get triggered, and they're just saying anything right now. And sometimes that's healing, but sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth. And that's kind of the mix that's boiling right now. That's the gumbo that's on the motherfucking pot right now. You understand? And so it's like there's just gonna be a whole bunch of bullshit, you know. When you think about the sun being opposite to the Jupiter, you just have to, and this being Sagittarius and Gemini, you just have to look at the fact that those two right there are just like two of the sloppiest energies that there are. Yes, they're knowledgeable, they're fun, interesting, stimulating, but that right there is mutable madness. It's fucking madness. You know, Virgo in its own right is a little bit more helpful, but then you have to look at Saturn. This is square Saturn in Pisces. More mutable madness. You know, and then when you realize there's not any Virgo energy in the mix with this, there's no practicality, there's no rationality, there's nothing that's productive from this. It's just like there's a whole bunch of fucking bullshit, and motherfuckers are talking and saying shit and playing and posting and being interesting, but there's nothing productive that comes from this. It's just a whole bunch of energy being expelled. And life be life. What's up, Vanessa? Yeah, shout out to Vanessa. Yeah. She finally got off restriction. Ooh, that vibe right there. I'm sorry. With the sun square to Saturn, like that. I think people's anxiety gets in the way of positivity. It's Saturn in Pisces, the sun in Sagittarius. So people could be positive and optimistic, but it's like your anxiety and your fear is getting in the way. And some of that shit has nothing to do with you. Some of that shit is unrealistic. Some of that shit is not helpful or healthy. And so you have to sort that out. But ultimately, I just think this is your fear getting in the way and creates a frustration. And it's like, as soon as you start feeling good about something, you get this thought or something does happen, and it's like it's a reality check or it's a sobering moment. Like, you know what? Like, or you like sitting here laughing and vibing and you playing with me and you smiling and shit. And then you all of a sudden remember your electric bill is due. And then you know what I'm saying? You sitting here, you riding, you vibing with me, you taking in everything, and then you go look at your fucking husband, and you like, God damn, like, I fucking settled. But no, what you seen is a mirage, because I know it seems so beautiful and awesome, but I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Yeah. Don't egg me on. Don't egg me on. Vibe. Yeah, hit the like button if you haven't hit the like button yet. Hit the super sticker, the super thanks to the super chat. Hit the CashApp. Fuck with me for real if you fuck with me. Fuck with me. Understand one time for the one time everybody dropped $3. Yeah, my earring fell out. Hold on. I gotta get my earring, y'all. Hold on. Fuck. Gotta get the back. Hold on. I don't know where the back to it is. Somebody smile right now. Now I can't find the hole. It's been one of them fucking Mercury retrograde days. Like, what the fuck? Like, I know there's a hole in my ear. It just fell out of the hole. And it's big enough for the... Oh, there it is. Hey, ladies, how mad would you be if he was, like, trying to figure it out? You know what I'm saying? He couldn't figure it out, and then he says, oh, there it is. Would that be a strike against him or you? If he just... like, just anticlimactically said, oh, there it is. Would it fuck with your self-esteem? I know because you a freak, but that's how we know. You need Jesus. Anyway, yeah. The sun is square Saturn, and I just think like anxiety gets in the way of positivity. Or it's just like you'll be having fun and all of a sudden it's like you remember that shit is still fucked up. But no, for real, it happens. Like, I've had those. I even do it to myself in dreams. You know what's interesting? Is I'll be in a dream, right? And I'll be having these dreams and I'll find a whole bunch of motherfucking money in the dream, right? And as soon as I find the money, I'll be happy. I'll start counting the racks and I'll be like, man, I got all this money. And then all of a sudden, something in my dream, like some old fucking Saturn in the second house, sorry ass demon must have. Motherfucker says, bro, you know this is a dream, right? It's the worst nightmare. Like, I be getting chased by shit trying to kill me. The police be trying to get me in my dreams. And I always make it through that. Like, I don't ever wake up tripping. But, like, them dreams where I'm in the dream and I find the money. And this has happened a lot of time. I find the money. I got the racks. I'm on point. I got the millions. And then next thing you know, it'd be like, bro, you know this is some bullshit, right? You know you got to go to work tomorrow. You know you got to go to work tomorrow, bro. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, you got to go to work. You ain't got no money. It's time to get up for work. But yeah, that shit happens to me regularly. Like, and one of them I was like walking and I seen this 18-wheeler. And when I saw the 18-wheeler, like the doors were open, like somebody had just jumped out and or something abrupt had happened. And I just looked in there and I screamed and I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna find like a dead body in here. But when I looked, there was just a duffel bag right there full of racks, just full of racks. And I was like, yes. I started seeing it. I was like, man, I started thinking about everything I could do, and it was like, bro, you ain't gonna do shit but wake up. Like, you better wake up. This ain't you ain't got no fucking money. So yeah, shit be fucked up. But this can be like that. It's like just when you start feeling positive, you'll be fucked up. Like, I was having a good weekend, and then the other day, my wife, the Capricorn, she said, you know, Christmas is only in 3 weeks now, right? I said, what? She said, yeah, Christmas is only in 3 weeks. I said, what? She said, yeah, we got these kids. We ain't got these kids nothing. And I'm like, what? I'm trying to get me some money up to go to Jason's Deli, and now we got to do Christmas? And I mean, we always make it happen, but still. It's like that sobering reality check. But sometimes it's just like your anxiety and your fears for no reason. You have to just be positive and have faith regardless. You know, you have to find faith inside of yourself. You don't need to search for faith externally. You know, you have a main line to the divine inside of you. We talk about that all the time. But you just with this right here, and the sun being square to Saturn, and this being Sagittarius and Pisces, you just got to make sure that you don't fall into any type of fucked up mindset with this right here, because you've let your fear or your anxiety or resentment get the best of you about a situation that could be helpful for you or be healing for you. And it's that easy to do, and it probably will happen. But this is like just a conflict of interest. So you got to get out of that negativity. Please, if you will. All right. Now, the moon, as we speak, is at 1 degree Capricorn. And so when the moon comes into Capricorn, our emotions get stifled. It's like people stiffen up. You have feelings, and you're actually kind of sensitive to everything. But that doesn't mean you're going to react to it all. There's something inside of you that's stifling it. You know, there's definitely sensitivities there. There's definitely feelings. There's no such thing as having a day or being a person who is devoid of emotion. You can have someone who's not emotionally expressive. You can have somebody who's dense, but everyone has feelings about things or emotions about things. And so with this right here, you see people kind of stiffen up because life is what it is. It's like just about like 30 minutes to an hour before I came on live. We were talking to a friend of mine who, her brother just died over the holidays. Another friend of mine, her dad just died. My aunt just died today. One of my good friends died last week. I talked to my sister last night, and my sister told me that my dad is probably getting put on hospice, that they told him they were going to put him on hospice, and he refused. He said, no, I'm not going to no fucking hospice. He refused. And so, it's just like, even though all of this shit is going on, like, I've been just kind of like calloused about it. You understand? Like, just calloused about it. Like, about my own dad. I love my dad. I'm sad. But I'm like, man, he did this, like, he's done this shit to himself. Like, and I'm gonna have to do the responsible thing and help take care of it, whatever happens with my dad. But also, like, there's just something to me, just like, man, it made his bed and lie in it. And there's people that died. My aunt, my friend, the other people who lost people, like, it's just a part of the process. It's just, I mean, everybody's gonna die. And I definitely have feelings about it, but I kind of just, like, I caught myself, like, toughening myself up about it because of the things that I've been through. You know, I have Capricorn in my 4th house, but it's, you know, it's because I lost my mom at an early age. I found my mom dead. And my sister was just telling me, like, Rodrigo, I can't find, you know, I have to go get him a hotel or something. We have to figure out something else for him to live. He can't live with me because I'm afraid I'm going to find him dead, and I cannot take that. I just cannot take that. We found mom. I cannot take that. And I don't blame her. You know, I don't blame her. But all of this was last night. But today, it's just like, I feel no sympathy. I have empathy, but I feel no sympathy for myself or anything else. Like, I just have no sympathy for any of it. And I'm not saying that's how everybody is feeling or should feel, but when the moon is in Capricorn, you kind of become obstinate to emotions. They're there. They're readily available. But it's just like, you ain't got time for that. Like, you got work. It's fucking Monday. You got work to do. You got kids. Christmas is coming up. Like, you got your own responsibilities. Like, it's just like, in my own situations, like, damn, my dad's a piece of shit. Well, I'm not. I got my own kids. I love my dad, and I'm sad, but, like, when he's dead, he's dead. I'm going to be left with the burden of all of that. My sister's going to be left with the burden of all of that. We're going to be fucking still here and sad. And he's going to be fucking dead, and he fucking did it to himself. He just did all of this stuff. Won't stop doing drugs. And so, in this situation, man, it's just like, today, especially for the last few hours, I've just felt really calloused about life. And I have people in my admin chat in my group that really care about me, and they've been in there like, hey, bro, I heard about your aunt. I heard, I'm so sorry for what you're going through. I love you. And I'm just like, okay, it'll be all right. I don't know what else to say. Like, it'll be all right. So many people have died. I'm gonna die one day. Like, it'll be all right. And so it's just been one of those fucking days, man. And when the moon is in Capricorn, like, people are sensitive, but people are not entertaining those emotions. They're obstinate to their own emotional nature in certain ways. And so it's kind of like that. It's like there's definitely some sensitivity there, but it's like, what the fuck is that gonna help? What is that gonna do? I feel it, but what am I gonna do? Cry about it? No. I gotta fucking work. Life keeps going. It's that fucked up. Who else is gonna take responsibility but me? Who else is gonna be accountable but me? And so in this situation, as you start telling yourself these things, it kind of toughens you up. It kind of hardens you against life and circumstances. And that's hard. And then also when the moon is in Capricorn, you can see where people can start looking at other people and what they have going on in their lives and trying to like compare what their situation is in reference. They'll be looking at somebody and be like, oh, I went to school with them and they have this and this and this and this. And so you start to think in your head, well, I should be doing this, right? And people have different circumstances. And so you can never compete and compare because everything is so unique. And so stop looking at the next person and trying to gauge your success off what their barometer is or where their stick is placed. And so or the bar, pardon me, where their bar is placed. And what you do is exceed your own personal standards on a daily basis, because at the end of the day, they're just extras. in your world. Unless you have chosen to entertain and engage with them, they're just there. And so I just feel like with this right here, uh, it's not a competition until you make it such. And you're not losing unless you make yourself feel like a loser, because your situation is unique. Your progress is your own. And while we're on the moon being in Capricorn, this is just where people are going to take things serious. They're going to take their life serious. With Venus still sitting there loosely in Capricorn for at least a few more days, people are going to take their relationships and love seriously. I don't know why I yawned so hard. And love seriously. This is what people going to do. And so you have to be prepared for that. Now, that brings us to Mercury. Mercury. Smile right fucking now. Funky ass bitch. They say you're supposed to be spiritual. You talk like that, yes. You think that shit matters? It's good to be more tactful and grown and to not speak like that when you're around children or in general when you're conducting business. But when you are freely expressing yourself, fuck it, we saying that shit. And I got Mercury and Leo, so I don't just say it, I state it. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't feeling myself. Oh man, like, how can I be so wired up but also sleepy at the same time? This is all the placements influencing me in every fucking way, form, and fashion. Cause I'm dynamic and energetic, but I'm also sleepy as fuck right now. I'm like, don't know how to stop. The sun is opposite to Jupiter. This hit me in my place because I don't know how to stop. I'm thinking about like, I want to keep smoking, but also like, if I get any higher, I'm just gonna be sleepy. But also there's something in me that's like, no, you want to get that high. You need to get that high. Like, you're not there yet. You're not as high as you need to be. And so, yeah. But yeah. This is where we at. So Mercury, retrograde, 18 degrees of Sagittarius. Mercury will be retrograde until the 15th. So we got about 13 more days. And this has actually been a pretty quiet Mercury retrograde in reference to, and I've been wondering why, but I think just the simple explanation for it would be that Mercury's in detriment in Sagittarius, so that weakens it. And then also when you have that retrograde, it's going to make people like clumsy or tactless. It's going to make people be wrong. And it's going to also make people expect people just to get things. And that's all fine and dandy. But I don't think it's going to be a particularly vicious Mercury retrograde. I don't think the universe is going to allow it. But in comparison to most other Mercury retrogrades, this has been pretty weak. And I don't want to provoke it, because then everybody's going to have their exes hitting them up. And then everybody's car is going to be fucking up. And then everybody's Wi-Fi going to be out. And we can't even come live. So we can't do it like that. We can't do it like that. And so, I'm sleepy. But yeah. See, look. I'm super sleepy. Do I look sleepy? I don't. I mean, I don't look sleepy, but I feel sleepy. Who just yawned? How many people that just saw me yawn just yawned? I want to know if it's contagious through the screen. How many people that just saw me yawned also just yawned? Damn. But how contagious is it? If I just yawn and get naked, will you get naked? Oh, my bad. Shout out to everybody. I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. It's like where your intuition is off. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, you can't take shortcuts. You can't just skim over things. Now you got to make sure you're doing shit the right way, because with Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, like, intentions are great. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't, this is what I was trying to do, but results are better. All right. And then on top of that, people be like, "Oh, I get it, but do you understand it?" And then another thing, with Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, like, people are gonna be just like cursing people out. Like, people are gonna be like, "Bam, bro, like, you really said that shit." Like, it's crazy. It takes me back to over the weekend when they had this situation with Kai Cenat and them, where they had the fake Addams family on there, and there was a little kid, and he was kind of husky. That's a term that they call me. I think that is that still socially acceptable, or is that wrong? I used to have to, when I was young and I was chubby as a kid, my mom would be like, "I gotta get you some husky jeans. These are 14 huskies." And then she wants to go tell everybody at church and everybody, "Man, did you know he is 4 years old and he's in 14 huskies?" God damn, stay off the Reese's cups, man. Stop. Yeah. Did you know he breastfed until he was 4? I'm just like, but for real though, that shit is a trip. Reese's. You made me have for Reese's. Hold on. Junior! I'm gonna put this out. My son's coming. What's up, my dog?
Yeah, I took Sheaf home and did my homework.
Did he poop?
Yeah.
Stop lying. He pooped.
It was kind of hard, like, because I had to walk him around sometimes.
But did he go number 2? Yes or no, honestly?
No.
Okay, well, don't be lying, bro. You just lied in front of the whole world. Ah, air sign kids, man. Come and give me a hug. Daddy loves you. You just need to be honest. Like, you can never be so... Listen. Does anybody put their hands on you?
No.
Am I going to put my hands on you?
No.
And so the question that we have there is, what would make you afraid to speak up and be honest with anybody? You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to whatever you need to say, you just say it to people. Now you have to be tactful and be respectful, but you don't ever need to be afraid so much that you don't tell the truth. All right? Y'all, you and your brother be having that bad. You have a good day though?
Yeah.
All right.
I think he really had a poop. All you just want to do is just want to walk around.
All right. You want to be seen?
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, you can come show on camera. They didn't already see you in here lying. They already heard you in here lying.
No? Me too.
You came here too?
Yeah, he just got here.
Go. Take the dog. These air sign kids a lie so goddamn fast. Like, why did you sit up there and lie? The dog needs to go out, Junior. He's my baby. Like him and his Libra brother just be lying. And I thought Aquarius wasn't liars, but this nigga be lying. He just started lying like a few months ago. Like, and it's usually about little stuff. Now my other son, the Libra son, Gemini moon, he be lying about everything. He's yeah, he for real a liar. But yeah. They just be lying. Lazy and lying. And it takes me a whole minute to recover. I don't know what placement of mine it is, but like I fucking hate lying. Like, because I have flaws, but I'm a very honest and accountable person. And I can tell when you're lying, like, and so it always like just rubs me the wrong way when somebody lies. Like, I was very sweet about it because he's my son. I love him, and I mean, what am I gonna do? Like, I gave him a talk, but like still, like, the after effects of that is like, you're a fucking liar, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard to not be judgmental. It's just like, because now I'll have trust issues. And I think that is one of the problems when you have those prominent Scorpio placements. Like, you kind of develop some trust issues. But yeah. But I look good though, don't I? Do I look good though? I'm fucking with these flannels. Next time I'm pulling out another one. I'm coming out with the fucking lumberjack. You hear me? Name 9 out of 50. You said, do I think the world is still real? I don't know. That's such a loaded question. I don't think real is real. I don't know if real is even real. Jonathan Clothier, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But yeah, I don't even think real is real. So I don't know. I think my understanding and my definition of real have changed drastically. Name 9 out of 50. You said we aren't in the same place we started, bro. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we'll end up there, though. I think that's where you end up, the same place you started. The source, whatever it is, the thought, the inspiration, the one idea. Name 9 out of 50. You feel like you came from a place where the other people you could have faith in now, they have faith in you. Maybe that's interesting. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I never would dismiss anybody's beliefs within reason. So I don't know. Because I don't have those answers. I can tell you about energy. I can tell you this stuff. Today's just been one of those bullshit days. I can tell you this or that, but and it's just like one of those Mercury retrograde days. By the time this session is over with, I'm like, damn, it took me, it's already 2 hours and I've just barely got to the moon. I usually be done by now with the transits. I haven't even, I mean, I just barely got to Mercury. I mean, it's cool though. We're just gonna be here for 3 hours, but it's just been one of those days. Like, man, it's definitely a Mercury retrograde day to where it's there, but it's just like not focused. My ADHD is just like, Like, for real. I'm fucking wired and sleepy at the same time. I'm fucking happy and frustrated. Like, I got a lot going on. If I didn't look so motherfucking good in this motherfucking flannel, who fucking knows? Who knows? My kids in here lying in front of the whole fucking world. Shit fucked up. Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. You just need to say that shit. But sometimes you need to make sure that you're saying that in the appropriate setting at the appropriate time. This is going to be very tactless. It's going to be careless. It's going to be reckless. And you learn from those type of mistakes. You understand? And when you take a shortcut, you do something too quickly and you have to start over or you have to redo it. You learn from that shit too. Like, no, I need to take the time and do things the right way. And so all of that shit is cool. Then there's also the esoteric perspective when it comes to intent. You know, so many people say, oh, I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I didn't mean to. But you did. And that's because you never thought to consider the possible implications of this thing that happened, whatever it was. And so that becomes something. Mercury is opposite to Jupiter, trying to Chiron and sextile to the black moon Lilith. I mean, Mercury opposite to Jupiter, and this is that mutual reception I've been telling y'all about. This is where this is like really, really fucked up because, as I was just saying, Mercury is in detriment in Sagittarius, and it's also retrograde. Well, and that's making this kind of weak, right? But Jupiter is also in detriment in Gemini, and it's retrograde. They're opposing each other. Ironically, Jupiter rules Gemini. I mean, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Mercury rules Gemini. Right? And so all of that right there just makes this mutable madness. It's just like so much stuff is going on, so much stuff is happening, there's so much being said, and there's not really a purpose to it. You feel like you're still trying to figure out what is the purpose behind it. What's this all gonna mean? And at some point you might realize it might not mean anything. Might just be what's happening. It might just be an anomaly. It might be something that's happened randomly, and it's not something that's going to be consistently able to be applicable to every situation from there on out. And so there's just so much going on. It's mutable madness. People are saying anything and everything. Mercury's retrograde in Sagittarius. Jupiter is retrograde in Gemini. And there's so much being said. There's so much information being spread. There's so much shit being put out there. But this shit does get sloppy. It's interesting. And you can learn from it. There's the Gemini Sagittarius aspect. It's going to be very interesting, stimulating, and you can learn from all of it. But ultimately, with this being trying to Chiron, you're going to learn from some mistakes. It's not going to be you learning from somebody telling you. It's going to be you learning from failure and from trial and error and from you learning what actually helps you succeed and from all of this shit. And there's also going to be where you realize that, you know, this was just about it happening. It wasn't about there actually being a specific purpose. And there doesn't have to be something that's tangibly productive that came from it. The knowledge and wisdom and experience gained for you to utilize in different situations could actually be helpful for you in your life. Sometimes you're missing out on your blessings because you have expectations. And with this right here, you're going to see Mercury opposite to Jupiter and trying to Chiron. Ultimately, you understanding what you're capable of, you understanding your role that you play in the situation, and you worrying about you. You realizing you got so caught up in everything and all of the messiness that goes on that you kind of lost sight of what you just needed to be doing for you. And so this is a perfect opportunity for you to realign yourself with that. This is the perfect opportunity for you to be aware of what's not for you. This is the perfect opportunity for you to separate yourself from the comings and goings of everything else. And so you just got to do it. And then with Mercury sextile to the Black Moon Lilith, you can choose to be tactful, but that also is going to come off as insincere and fake for a lot of people. Some people are going to see through that shit. See, some people, and so you're going to see some people who also get frustrated with that process. Like, nah, you know what? I try to be nice. I try to do this, and nobody fucking responds. So here comes the bitch. Here comes what you been asking for. And so now I'm going to viciously unload on your ass. It's a trip. Now, Venus is at 24 degrees of Capricorn. And look, really this just makes people take things more serious, especially when they're dealing with other people than they have to. Now, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Sometimes you want things to have a title, not just a definition, but a title. You need to know what the appropriate place this is in your life, or what the appropriate space is for this in your life. And then you're also going to see people that want this to make sense. It's like what we're doing doesn't make sense. When it comes to business, people are going to want to love to see a plan come together. They want to strategically place themselves in a position to win. All right. Ultimately, though, with Venus and Capricorn, what you do see is somebody who loves something to succeed. They want something to appreciate with value. They want to see something that grows and matures, and something that actually leads into something that is just productive in their life, to say the least. And so, hey, Venus in Capricorn is just where it's just like you might start to feel like, okay, this is where I need to take this seriously, or where this is a waste of my time and this investment is not going to bring me the return that I want, so I got to separate with that. You know, Venus and Capricorn, Capricorn suns, they really, really, really have interesting expectations. All right, and they also feel like whatever they're involved with personally, a lot of the times is an investment. So yeah, hey, you know what? I'm getting so sleepy that I'll start talking, or maybe I don't know if I'm whatever's happening, but like, and I mean I'm not nodding off or anything, but like as I'm talking, like I'm telling y'all, but it's like it's just coming automatically. Like, does that make sense? Like whatever I'm just saying, like I don't even remember what I just said. That's just like coming out automatically. I don't know how to explain it. Like it's like I'm on autopilot mentally at this point in time. Shit's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those sessions. Dazzling. It's a lot of fucking energy. I need some rest. I gotta get up and do Rose's reading tomorrow. Depending on what time I get it done, I might come on again. I'll come on Friday for sure. Wednesday and Friday for sure, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck I just said. Like, and then what else we got? Venus is trying to Uranus or Uranus or Uranus. So let me be honest and let you know, this is where all of a sudden you might start to appreciate or value a trait in somebody that you didn't recognize before, or you just now realize that they have it. And that can make you attracted to them. Now, it's not a physical thing. This is something that has to do with a value or a way of being that a person is. It's like, dang, you're like that. And it starts to turn you on a little bit, or you at least start to entertain the thought of that. And that's interesting in its own right. But you do have to be careful, because this is something that's fleeting. This is not something that's going to last forever. Now, just because it's Capricorn and Taurus, I would say it might be something that could slowly develop. You all of a sudden realize that there's something there between you and this individual, and it's something that slowly develops, or this is going to be a situation to where when you see Venus trying to Uranus right there, all you can pick up on is that one thing, and you're not seeing everything else, because Venus is also sextile to Neptune, and Neptune is still stationed retrograde until Saturday, right? No, today's the second. Yeah, until Saturday. I was right. And so ultimately, with this just sitting right here, an aspect like this, and Venus being trying to Uranus, but also in that sextile to Neptune, sometimes people, because of that one thing that they value or that one thing that they appreciate in this individual, they don't see anything else. They don't see the flaw, and that is awesome if you can build off that one thing. But if that one thing is not something that's sustainable, and it's something that this person was just captured in that moment, then that's going to be something that could ultimately end up being frustrating. But I just feel like this is a very creative time, and if you want to be creative artistically, you could really have a wild profit come from this. Like, man, for you to create artistically right now with Venus sextile to Neptune, but trying to Uranus, you could see yourself making something that actually pays what it weighs for once. You can get you some motherfucking dinero. I'm gonna get killed one day for talking like that. I don't even know what language that is. Somebody gonna, the fuck you say, nigga? I play too much. My bad. Chat. I'm sleepy, chat. I'm getting through these transits and I'm going to sleep. And then we'll be back either tomorrow, depending on what time I get that reading, but definitely Wednesday. I might come back tomorrow, just like wow, tomorrow, and just give you the bee's knees. We ain't talking about no transits though. We might just have a topic tomorrow. Got a topic of discussion. Now, Mars is stationed at 6 degrees of Leo. That means Mars ain't gonna move very much until it starts to be perceived as if it's moving backwards, and just here in about 5 days on Friday. And we'll talk more about it as we prepare, because Mars is going to be in Leo for a while, and Mars retrograde in Leo is going to be a lot of fucking ego. It's going to be a lot of self-centeredness. It's gonna be a lot of bullshit. It's going to get dramatic. You understand? But it's also going to be one of those things to where some people are going to be so highly offended or so highly emboldened that they're going to be able to achieve things that they didn't think that they could be able to achieve. But this is lightning in a bottle. Just so we fucking know. You heard me. You heard me. Damn, my light went out. Just a second. There it is. But yeah. Y'all are so sweet in the comments. But yeah, Mars is gonna be stationed in retrograde. Right now it's just stationed here. So it's just like people's pride is kicking in. People are becoming more and more prideful of their situation and who they are. They're protective of their ego. Whatever it is right now that a person has going on, they can become entrenched in it, and they can start to define themselves by that. And so, as awesome as it can be, and as powerful as it is, there's also something that comes with this that is just like, you might have to get humbled. Something might humble you, and that's all right. Accountability is key. And Mars is still trying to the North Node. It's loosely, but Mars is still trying to the North Node, and Mars is actually going to start coming back, applying into a trine with the North Node here when it stations direct in a few days. But right there, I would just say your confidence has to count for something. You have to take this confidence or this emboldened feeling that you have right now and make something of it. If not, you'll be a never was. You'll be a never was. Yeah, I'm fucking sleepy. I don't know why I got so sleepy, man. It's because I haven't been sleeping right. I've been staying up way too late at night. And so, yeah, I got to stop staying up so late. Tonight, I'm going to bed early. I got to get up tomorrow. I need it for my skin stop looking as beautiful as it's looking. And we can't have that. But, yeah, man, shit's crazy. Shit is fucking insane right now. I'm fucking sleepy. Heather, you are sweet up. Y'all see, y'all making me get jealous. Like, I done told you were sweet before, Heather. The fuck? After the times you checked on me, I told you were fucking sweet before, Heather. But yeah, today's been one of those fucking sessions, man. Like, everything is happening. Yeah, that's Mars and Leo. Confidence, but also ego. But sometimes you need your ego to fight. Sometimes you fight the hardest when your ego is involved, when you feel insulted. And so Mars trying to the North Node, I think that's something that's helpful with that right there. It's just like being offended that somebody would dare underestimate you, or somebody would dare not be able to see the greatness in you. So yeah. And then Jupiter is retrograde at 16 degrees of Gemini. Jupiter is going to be retrograde until February 5th. So this is going to be a long journey. This is just fucking... It's interesting. It's stimulating. But it's fucking sloppy. It's just like, what the fuck is going on with this? And with the retrograde, it's just like, there's no method to the madness. Hell, you might not even learn anything. You just might end up frustrated. Like, what the fuck is going on? Your head feels like it's just spinning from so many things happening at once. And then, that can cause communication difficulties. There's also just going to be people who are just lying and saying anything. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I feel like I'll start out good. I'm like, man, let me interpret this. Then I'll just start rambling. I'm like, damn, bro, how did you get through that aspect right there? For real, I'm sleepy as hell. I mean, I just know naturally, but like, I'm out of there. I'm for real sleepy. I don't know how I got so sleepy, but I'm fucking sleepy, man. For real. Sleeper sleepy. I can't even talk right. I said sleeper sleepy. I meant to say super sleepy. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? I almost provoked the retrograde, like Lieutenant Dan did on Forrest Gump when he was talking to God in the storm and he was calling out God. I almost provoked the retrograde. I almost said, "Is that all you fucking got?" Hell no, I don't need that. Nobody needs that shit. Fuck around, ramp it up on my ass. It's the last thing we need. Yeah, Heather, the audacity. That's what Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is giving people, audacity. I actually just said that about one of my former colleagues. I mean, he's still my colleague. I just don't fuck with him no more here recently. I was like, the only thing that motherfucker has is audacity and an audience. And that can be very dangerous, but at the same time, he just like he says the stuff that nobody else will say. So yeah, it is with that. Beats. What did you laughing at? But yeah. Let me get through these transits so we can go, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow probably after I get done with my reading. I don't see anything holding me back from coming tomorrow and seeing what we do. All right. I want to interview somebody soon from the tribal council too. But yeah. I'm sleepy because I've been here as long as I can be for free. Somebody needs to hit that super sticker, that super thanks for that super chat, that cash app that's pinned. No, somebody needs to pin it and then hit it. But and I appreciate you so much. But yeah. That's Jupiter in Gemini. Saturn is in Pisces at 12 degrees. I can't even get through the transits. I'm gonna get through them. I'm gonna get through them. Maybe. If my light just keeps going out. Like, what the fuck is going on today? Electronics are fucking tripping. My main light just keeps like cutting off. Like, what the fuck? There has to be a short in it or something. This shit is frustrating in a bitch. Like, what the fuck is going on today? I hate when I have these sessions. Fuck retrograde. Fuck you, retrograde. But I'm talking about fuck you to Saturn retrograde. Yeah, not you. Not you, Mercury. I'm talking to Saturn. But yeah, back to this. Saturn, Pisces, 12 degrees. It's like, look, life is not out to get you. It might feel like problems are piling up. It might feel like this is frustrating. You might be worried about something in your life. You might be stressed the fuck out. But at the end of the day, you can only do what you can do. You need to remember that. You need to take care of what you can take care of responsibly, and you need to allow this stuff to go with the flow. Just go with the flow. And understand it's all a part of the process. And this is the stuff that you ignored, avoided, and tried to escape. Here it is in your face. You got to deal with it now. And sometimes it's emotional stuff. Sometimes it's stuff inside of us that we're refusing to confront because of fears of what will come from that, or fear of rejection. And so all of that is very interesting in its own right. I just did Saturn. Uranus is at 24 degrees of Taurus, but it's retrograde until January 29th. And this just speaks to the instability of things in the world. Like, things are just not safe or stable. But if you can find a secure place to operate from, you'll be fine. All right? And that's a mindset, not a physical setting. You need to establish a mindset that allows you to be adaptable in your approach to all things, and to where you're not caught up in just some bullshit. Tina, what are you laughing at now? Am I rambling? I don't think I was just now. I'm conscious of it now. I was rambling a few minutes ago, but I'm good. Neptune, 27 degrees of Pisces. This is just the height of confusion, man. It's just like, people want to be confused. People don't want to see the real. People only get what they expect. And all of of us are just a part of a projection that we're experiencing. But yeah, there's that. Pluto is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. This is the revolution. This is where things get different. It's going to be weird at first, but things are going to get different. And there's going to be old ways of doing things that get destroyed so new, better things can be put into place. But ultimately, this starts with the mindset. Now, Chiron, 19 degrees of Aries, you just got to hold yourself accountable. That means understanding if you're aware of a problem and you're not holding yourself accountable and actively trying to take care of it, then you're contributing to the bullshit. If you're not actively working on it, then you're condoning, excusing it, or allowing it. And that's your fault. That's on you, player. And then the black moon Lilith is 17 degrees of Libra. It's real easy to blame everybody else. It's real easy to not have a fucking spine with that energy right there. It's so easy to get caught up in appearances that you forget what it's really about and who you really are. And so that becomes an issue in and of itself also. The nodes are at 4 degrees of Aries and Libra, so you can't care about what anybody else thinks about what you have going on. You can't be living to please anyone else. At the end of the day, you're experiencing this world through your eyes. And yes, you can love people and you can want to help them, and you can, but you really could never live for anyone else, even though that phrase is so popular. You can't live for your kids. You can't live for your parents. You can't live for your animals. You can live with them and you can love them to the death. But living for them is something that you could do for no one but you. Because when you die, that doesn't mean that they are. And vice versa. So, yeah. I need y'all to hit that CashApp, that super sticker, that super thanks, or one of them motherfucking things. The numerology of the day. I haven't sorted it out, so let me see it. It's December 2nd, 2024. So 3, December is a 3. 1 plus 2, 3. You drop that down. 2, there's no need to simplify 2 any further. You drop that down. So 3 plus 2 plus 8, because 2024 is an 8. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 4 is an 8. All right. And so 5 plus 8 is 13. This is a 4 day. So today is like laying the foundation for something. A 4 is very serious and disciplined energy, but more than anything else, this is laying the groundwork for what you're trying to build from this point forth. All right. So yeah. That's it. Does anybody else have anything they have to say? We're going to stay here for like 5 more minutes and then I'm out. And then I'll be back tomorrow tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. Or at least Wednesday and Friday for sure. But I might be here tomorrow too. Y'all ain't no fun. But I'm sleepy. If anybody's interested in any astrological readings whatsoever, don't ever get at me in my comments. Get at me in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com. That's mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Yeah. I have all types of readings that I offer. You just got to get at me. I'll send you a price list. And it will be priceless. I hope she likes this. It's okay, Tiger Lily. We finna go. We've been here for 2.5 hours. I usually stay for 3, but I'm gonna go a little 30 minutes early today. And after my reading tomorrow, I'll try to come back and we'll just have some type of topic I might try to share if I can get here. Just depends on how smoothly the reading goes. Mercury is retrograde, so I might be sitting here all day trying to get them out of the way. But I have one scheduled for tomorrow. I do about 12 a week, so I keep them put up. Tomorrow is one of those days to where I have one where I gotta really, really go in. Really go in, my friend. Yeah. Watkins Cat House will ghost you. Don't let Tawny Watkins lie to you. Don't let fucking Tawny Watkins lie. Sit up there and lie. We got 3 minutes smoking together. Oh, that's the Sagittarius vibe.
Como el pintor en el cuadro, en su amada plasmó. Quiero amarte, el embrujo de tus ojos, grabarlo en mi corazón. Yeah, I like that right there. Yeah, go walk your dog. Go walk your Somebody walk that cat. I ain't gonna never be a What y'all know about that right there? That's a vibe. Yeah, y'all don't vibe like that. Like, that's a supreme vibe. I have to agree. Damn.
What's your philosophy? Let's see what other rules I can break. Let me see. Before we go, what other rules can I break? Trying to go. Let me see. There's my playlist right there. Hold up. I don't want to get in trouble.
Gallery. Yeah, interesting that you should mention all that, because one of the things I'm trying and failing to do this weekend, along with everything else, is when I got to where I'm staying in Boulder, there was a galley waiting of a book which will be published in October by Eric Davis called Technosis. And they want me to read it and do a blurb for it, which I'm happy to do. It's just a little inconvenient to try and focus your mind in that way on the road. But he is making...
Is it not clear? It's kind of muffled, huh? That is kind of muffled, huh? I was trying to play it for you. Let's see.
Well, I always think of Dr. Leary's marvelous advice, which was, when in doubt, double the dose.
That's Sagittarius. When in doubt, double the dose. Terrence McKenna.
We did a very interesting survey, which was, we surveyed about 370 people who had taken psilocybin. And in fact, we're more involved in that. They are actually were people who were involved in attempting to grow it. 370 people. And one of the questions in the questionnaire was, how much do you take? And the other question, buried at some other portion of it, was, do you hear voices? And when you plot ascending dose, you discover that the more you take, the more likely you are to hear voices. And that I think this is the problem. You can have outrageous experiences and not have reached the core. And people always want to stop too soon and say, well, this is it. We're not going to get any higher. This is fine, you know. And just very recently, I had an experience. Someone who came to my Esalen thing that I did in February, who was also at a mushroom conference that I did last fall. And we've sort of had an ongoing discussion, because he says, you don't give enough credit to LSD, and I don't understand what you mean by the vast differences between these things and this and that. So he called me the other day and said, I finally got it. And now I'm a convert. I saw them, I heard them, I talked to them, and it was 9.5 grams necessary to put this guy into the correct perspective. 9.5 grams is an appalling dose in my book. I mean, I've done 8 grams, and it's okay,
I've done 10.
But you're way, way over the limit. So it is not the first phenomenon you encounter, or the second, or the third, but down deep, this thing can come. And also, I've noticed with it, it has to be sort of invoked. The first time I ever encountered the voices was in the DMT flash. The very first time I smoked DMT, I mean, a friend of mine brought it to me. I remember it was a rainy evening in February of 66, and he came to my house, and he was a very odd person to begin with. And he said, I have something you might be interested in. I had just taken LSD for the first time 6 months before and was all gung-ho. And I said, oh, wonderful, what is it? He said, it's a new drug, great, drag it out, what is it, what do you do? He said, well, I don't want to say too much about it, let's just sit down and do it. And he had this glass pipe. And I said, since I hadn't heard of it, I couldn't imagine it was going to be a bigger deal than LSD, because I figured, Life magazine keeps me informed of these things. It's not going to take me by surprise. and I took a huge hit, and it was without a doubt the greatest compressed moment of growth I ever hoped to go through in my life. I mean, I stopped being a Marxist. I stopped being a materialist. I stopped being a rationalist. And it took, 5 seconds? It killed those things. It cauterized them. It burned them out beyond any possibility of ever reconstructing them. Just they were gone. The evidence was too overwhelming, And when I came down, I said, I can't believe it. And I was all I could say for about 20 minutes. It was like ideological shock. I said, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I just can't believe it. I said, well, keep doing it. You'll believe it. But the truth was I could believe it. I couldn't stop believing it. And yet I had not been prepared. I had not thought that magic ruled the world from top to bottom, side to side, atom to atom, from first to last. It had just not been in my conception to conceive of that. But that's a very violent way to contact the logos. What I notice on mushrooms is I come into the place where the potential exists, and I can recognize it. It's when the hallucinations have made the transition from geometric to visionary. You say, aha, now we're getting close to the place. And then I call them, and I think elf calling is actually a tradition in certain cultures. You set your mind in a certain way, and then you say, I'm here. Come in, little green men. Come in, little green men. And it begins like a self-driven thought. A thing. It's far away. It's like the tinkling of bells. It's the elf caravan. It's coming.
Oh, damn, it cut off. My bad. I didn't mean to do that.
Closer and closer. Say, here I am. Come in, come in. And then usually a good deep hit of Mazari Sharif hash at this point will usually do the trick. And you just take an enormous hit of hash, clamp down on it, close your eyes, look deep in, and there will be what Mercillion, God bless his heart, since he's not a psychedelico, what he calls a rupture of plane will occur. This is what you're after, the rupture of plane. It means that you pass through a membrane of some sort, and you're in a place.
I would agree. After doing DMT, I would agree.
From seeing what's beyond.
Yeah, like that. You're just like pushed through, and you see the tykes is the technical term that I evolved for them. The self-transforming machine elves that are singing in the hyperdimensional language, and they surround you.
Self-transforming machine elves that are singing in the hyperdimensional language.
We're so glad to see you. You come so rarely. It's so nice that you're here. We love you, and they're sort of climbing all over you, and this kitteny thing. And after having experienced it many times, I'm convinced it's someone's idea of a receiving area or playpen. It's someone very odd has the idea that this is a reassuring environment for human beings. And you have the feeling of being in a playpen. It's padded, and there are these glittering, fascinating, transforming things, and plus elves who could wish for more in a playpen. And the elves are playing with these things and saying, see what we're doing? See what we're doing? Do you want to do this? You can do this. Watch what we're doing. And they are speaking a language which is somehow puns, which are visual, which are multiply perceived by you on many levels. They are doing something, in other words, as beyond language, as language is beyond the inarticulate croak of a loon,
That's what happens
and they're saying, you can do this. There's nothing special about this. Making objects with our voices, freestanding objects which are changing and transforming themselves. themselves, and in fact
All
themselves beginning to
vibration.
sing and speak and produce more objects, we want you to do this. And because it will make you happy, because you will feel good. Isn't this a riot? Have you ever felt better in your life? And then, you know, the sinking back, the fading out, and they always, the final farewell, they sing Deja Vu.
That's beautiful, ain't it? And it's real. Like, I mean, I've taken a high dose of psilocybin or mushrooms to the point to where I've told the stories here. You know, there's funny stories, but there's also that experience that I had where I transcended this life, and I was love, and God is love. So I was God, but God is God, and love is love, and I am me, but I am love, and God is love, and love is love, and I am God because God is love, but God is God, and I am me, and love is love, right? So I was in this whole expression, like, and this was on like 10 grams of mushrooms. I had got a pound of mushrooms, and I took the 10 biggest caps, and I gave 5 to my friend and 5 to me. And so there could have been more than that, but there was at least 10 grams because we're talking about some stems and caps that were this big out of there. You know what I'm saying? That the cap was that big around on it, and we ate 5 of them a piece. And so, yeah, we just had this crazy experience in this hotel room in Austin, Texas. And then I've told the story. Actually, matter of fact, the trip report is here on the channel, and so y'all can go watch it. But I also had these 2 experiences with DMT to where like that shit was so real. Like, you go somewhere, like, it's scary. It's not something I want to be encouraged. It's beautiful, but it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. It's traumatic. It's death, life. It's everything. It's fucking revealing. It's fucking. I remember the first time I smoked the DMT, I told y'all this before, I think, but I was going through the bank drive-through, and I was in the car with my wife. She's driving, so I hit it. I couldn't wait. I was like, I'm gonna hit it. I didn't think it was gonna do anything, and I didn't, you know, but I hit it like I hit weed. So but you know, I mean, it was out of a special little pipe thing. So I hit it, and after that first one, it was like I had this feeling, like this foreboding feeling that started like creeping over me, and so you start thinking, oh damn, this is about to be bad. This is bad. Like, but it's just like it's like building, momentum building, and it's like something inside of you is also pushing you to take that next hit it again. If you think that was something, just hit it again. And it's like you hit it again, and then it's like you start to feel different, and then you're just like, what the fuck? And then it's like something is provoking you in yourself, like, hit it again. If you're really ready, hit it again. Now I'm gonna show you. And on that third hit, I hit it, and when I hit it, I blew the smoke out. And as I blew the smoke out, like when the smoke went out like that, you could see the smoke come out. And as the smoke went out, it's just like, it turned into this, like, I don't know, like, I mean, it's a visual, but it's like the smoke, you know how like the clouds turn into a person, or like, it just like turned into this, and this like, it like real dark. It like swelled up, it got real dark, and it just like blew back at me. And the next thing you know, I was in this place like that. It was just like the smoke I blew out like turned into this face thing, woman. I don't know. It was like woman, man. I don't know, but it was like this thing, and then it just like it blew it back. It blew it back on me, like. But when it blew it back in my face like that, like all of a sudden I was somewhere else, and then like this stuff started happening. And then the second trip, was completely different. Like that first trip, like I was like somewhere. Like that's what it's like. You feel like people were talking about mapping out the DMT land, but like seriously, like you're somewhere. Like I don't know how to explain it, but you're somewhere. Terrence McKenna, who we were just listening to, he says it feels like you're outside. I mean, not outside, underground. Pardon me. It feels like you're underground. I don't know that, but it just feels like you're somewhere like different. Like it's darker. It's like this sun. There's not this sunlight like that. It's not like that. And there's these things there, and they're like, I can't say talking to you because they are talking to you, but they're not. But they're like communicating with you, like. And they're different looking. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like there's different stuff. Like there's these little things that kind of look like men, but they're something else. But they're little bitty. And then there's like these little machine-like things, but it's like also an eyeball. It's like a TV and an eyeball. And it's like, I don't know. like I said, it's like some trippy shit. And then there's like this, but stuff is like, it's like fleeting. Like you'll see this creature thing, whatever it is, entity, and then it'll turn into like a star, and then it'll like turn into something else, like just like that. And then like these little men things like start tying you up, like start tying me up. That's what they did the first time, like start getting me, like, you know, like if they were playing, but they're like, there's like these little bitty things. I'm way bigger than them, but they're like tying me up. And then as I'm noticing how bigger I am than them, and they're just going about their work, to them, like how much bigger I am and how different it is, I can just feel something like bigger than me. Like God. I don't know how, if that's what I want to call it, but like God, like it's like I'm standing over them, and I started thinking about how they perceive me, right? How these little beings, whatever it is, entities, these little things, whatever they are, like little men, like things that are like, they're still doing that. They're just working, and they're putting these ropes on me, or whatever it is, something, twine ropes, tooth. They're doing this, and I'm looking at them, and I'm just thinking how much I could squash them, and how much bigger I am than them, and how like, and I wasn't gonna do anything to them, and it's just like I was just tripping out, like damn. I think about what I look like from their perspective, and as soon as I did that, like I noticed that there was something. I noticed like simultaneously at the same time, like it's a realization or an awareness that something was watching me, and I can't see it because it's at an angle that I know I can't be perceiving, like 2D and 3D and 4D and 5D. Like on 2D, when something is two-dimensional and it's flat, it can, you know, you think of that like a cartoon. The cartoon, they're flat on the page. They cannot see you in a 3D perspective. They can see that way or that way. As far as cartoons, if they were able to perceive, they can perceive one way, left or right. They cannot turn their head, because that would be three-dimensional, and look up at you. So a cartoon can never see you. It can face towards you, but if the cartoon is facing towards you, the cartoon cannot turn its head that way or that way. All right, and then it becomes immobile when it's facing towards you like that. It's like this, unless it's been drawn to go like this, right? And so still there can be a perspective that you can be in relation to two-dimensional, to where you can perceive 2D, but 2D cannot perceive you, even though you are both actively aware of each other's presence. And so with this right here, it was like me noticing that there was something bigger than me, and there was a dimension beyond what I could understand, and something that could crush me. That's something that also is curious about how we perceive its presence. You get what I'm saying? But even then, I perceived this as being something that was a process that was even bigger than that. Like, you think it stops with that. You got to think about it immediately, like these things are doing this. It's like the wheels are spinning, and it's like you got to think about it was more or less like you got to think about like what he said, the logos. which is like the universe in a way, but the order of it and the personality and the energy and the all of that, the logos. A lot of people don't understand is like when they say like the solar system is a logos, and then there's this solar system is a logos, but it's also a part of a logos of the galaxy, and the galaxy is part of the logos of the universe, and so on and so forth, right? And who knows how expansive or whatever that means. And it could be something that also is as big as the head of a needle in relation to whatever is greater than that. And so us starting to fathom that, we start to realize all of these processes, right? And so with this right here, it's just like simultaneously me noticing that and me noticing them, I noticed that there's something watching me. But like as soon as I started to fear it, poof, like whatever they were doing to wrapping around my legs made me fall down. When I fell down, they started like crawling on my face, and then like they're going in my ears, like, and I'm scared, I'm terrified, like damn, it's gonna kill me, because like a cockroach or something goes in your ear or something. But like when I'm doing that, saying oh they're gonna kill me, they're like laughing at me, like kill you, like, you know what I'm saying, like not only kill me, like they wouldn't do it, but also like die. Like what the fuck is that? Right? Like what? Like you're so stupid. Like you're stupid to think about that. Like that makes you weak. Thinking about death, being scared of death makes you, and that's crazy that I still have that fear to this day, but it's like thinking about death, but like that makes you weak. And look how little they are. They're not worried about dying. I can squash them. You get what I'm saying? Like how deep that is? Like you think about the multi-layers and textures to that. They're not worried about dying, but they're doing their thing. I could have squashed them at any minute. They weren't worried about me. They still did whatever they wanted to do to me because I was scared of whatever. And then now I'm terrified of them, and I could have squashed them. So what the fuck is fear? What is fear gonna do? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like they're just like laughing. So it's like not only are they laughing because they wouldn't do that, but they're also laughing because like you being scared of that is stupid. You get what I mean? Like that's that's fucking stupid and weak. And so I will always, as long as you're scary and you're fearful, I'll always have control over you, is what they're basically. And so what they start going in there, and they'll come out like this, like there's like going in my ear, and I can feel them, but then they're like coming out with stuff. And basically, I guess it's trying, I don't know, I'm trying to make sense of it. And there's so much more. Like this is all happening. Like this is happening where it's just like I was there for infinity. And they're showing me thoughts, like what negative ways that I think, stupid shit, the ways that I think, and the thoughts that I have. And so they're just like cleaning those out. Like you clean out your thoughts, you clean up your thoughts, you clean up everything. Like that's basically what they're like. You're cleaning up everything, and we're gonna help you heal by helping you start to think differently. Like you got to start to think differently. And so it's just like going in there, and then I'm just laying there, and then I like close my eyes. I realize what they're doing. I become comfortable with what they're doing, and I close my eyes in the thing. And then when I open my eyes, like I'm like on like this ride, like at an amusement park, like just like that. Like I'm on a ride at an amusement park, and I'm coming down like that. And as I'm coming on the ride, like I get off the ride, and then I just go to the next ride, right? I just get off and I just go to the next ride. It's just like kind of simple. And it's like I go to the next ride, I wait, I'm anticipating it. It's like, oh, I get on the ride, I go through the ride. The ride is different from the ride before, but it's still a ride. And it's a ride, and then I get off the ride. And I rode that ride, and I didn't go anywhere. Well, it was kind of like showing me that's life. Like, motherfucker, you have a life, you just have a different life. And I was like, is that like, I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, is this what that life is? And then when I said, is this what life is? As soon as I said that, like I noticed like it's like a fever dream. Like I noticed like I'm on a stage, right? I'm on a stage and I'm in a play, and there's actors. And as I say that, and then it's like the curtain calls, and there's like somebody pushing me, and they're pushing me. They're like, change. We got to do the next scene. And I'm like, what? And it's like, change. You got to do the next scene. And so I change real fast, and I go out and I do the next scene, and I kill it, right? And as I go and do the next scene, I kill it. The curtain closes. They push me back. It's like, change. We got to do the next scene. Change. We got to do the next scene. I go out and I fuck up on that scene, right? And I start like dreading it. And so when I started dreading it on that scene, I started the next scene, it affected the next scene. And because I didn't have that confidence or that sense of peace that I had in that first one, because I made that mistake and I let it fuck with me so much, I never had a good performance after that. And so that kind of showed me with life, like that's what lives are, is you have these lives and you're just playing a role. Like you have a fundamental energy, but you're playing a role. You come into this life. I'm playing Roderick, and this is the role that I'm playing. You know, the astrologer, this person who does this and does this and this, and you know, I play it well. I like playing it, but also there's something fundamental that's separate from that, right? To where when we get done with this role, we just put on another role. Like you get so egotistically attached to Roderick or to Tina, Claire, Marie, or to Heather, you don't realize that at the end of this life, you're just gonna die, and you're just gonna be somebody else. This energy that you are is just gonna be somebody else. And so, like sometimes we get so caught up in what we're trying to do. It's like it's the play. It's not about the performance. It's the play. People come for the play. You get what I'm saying? And as long as you're in play and you are in play always, you can always change it and make it better. And so the same thing with bad karma is you have a bad performance in life and you do something and then you let the residue of that fuck with you, and that's why there's karmic debts and stuff in astrology and numerology, because you take that debt, that fucked up residue from that lifetime before that, and you bring it with you to the next, and then it's like now you're having bad performances. And so you have to find a way to figure out how do you get out of that funk, how do you climb it. And so it's just kind of like that, but it's still just a play, because as you get out of the funk, you're still just in the play. It's not like you're getting out of the funk and you're going to win an Oscar and you retire. Like you're still in the play. Now you start having good performances again until you have a bad one, and then you'll have to work on it and get it off of you. And it's just a never-ending process of learning lessons and evolving and developing and gathering love for those experiences. And that's the fuel that you need. You get what I mean? And only our human perspectives attach morality to certain things. There's certain things that you fundamentally know isn't right, like dealing with, doing dirty stuff with innocent people, or abusing children in some way, form, or fashion. But as far as the consequences, it's not what you think. The consequences is you yourself take that residue of this stuff that you did onto this next life, and you carry that with you. The guilt inside of you carries that with you. And a lot of the time, those abusive processes are the results of abusive processes that have been going on for millennia between this soul and this individual and that individual. And so all of that is very interesting. We could go in all day. Don't get me started. We got about 20. You want me to play with y'all? Y'all want me to play close to what I believe spiritually before we go in there? Y'all want to hear about the logos, or you want me to start fundamentally and we'll listen to a little bit each time? But yeah, that's what I had in those. And then in the second DMT trip, it was much more scary a little bit, but it was more or less like I lived 1,000 lifetimes. Let's just put it like this. I lived 1,000 lifetimes in the span of 9 or 10 minutes. 1,000, maybe more. I lived 1,000 lifetimes, and I was dead for infinity between in each one of those lifetimes. And when I say dead, it's like my energy was there, but my energy was confused about what to do. It had to remember that it was just energy, because you were just a person. Yeah, I know that's crazy, but that's kind of how it was when you have this ego death, but it's like you have to remember, like I said, you're separating yourself from being Roderick or being Tina or being Heather. It's just like you're dead, and you have all of this life, you had those experiences, and it's like there's for nothing, and you're fucked up about it. You're sad. You're scared. You don't know what the fuck just happened. You're disoriented because you're not what you just were. But you just remember at some point. And when I say remember, that's the only word that I can formulate for the English language for this. When I say remember, I also mean realize. I also mean reveal. Like there's so much that's loaded into that. But it's just like all of a sudden you understand that you're energy again, and you can be anything, and then you be. That's what happens. I don't know how, you know what I'm saying? There's probably more that goes on into it, but that's what it kind of was like. I don't know. That's as simple as I can get because there's more to it, but it's just like you live and you go through this life and you develop all these experiences. You have this residue on this energy that you are, but it's like you have all of this stuff that you, and so after you die, after every, no matter how you die or what happens, unless you died like a very stillborn infant or somebody a few days old, you have this thing right here, and it's just like the more attached that you are to that, the longer it's gonna take for you to get off of it. You know what I'm saying? And so at some point, like it's not, you just stop mourning for who you are and feeling sorry, and you just be. You know what I'm saying? Like and I don't know if that's the process for everybody, but it was just kind of like that each time. Like each time, it's like you, and it's like teaching you that lesson over and over again. Like you die, no matter how it happened, no matter how I died in the lifetime that I had in the second one. And I died, like I said, I lived 1,000 lifetimes. I died a whole bunch of times. I fucking lived to be very old in some of them, and I lived the whole life. Like it was crazy in 9 or 10 minutes. And then I was dead also for infinity in between there. I don't know how long it takes because there's no sense of time because you're dead, and then you're just like, you're fucked up because you're just energy, and you're scared. You don't know because you're just energy. But then you realize you're just energy, and you understand that being just energy, you can be anything, and so you be something again, or somebody. You get what I mean? It is kind of like that, but it's more or less like you are in this role, this ego, this in this life, this lessons you're learning, whatever it is. But it's like once you die, like you're there and you're like, you realize all of this, you realize that you're no longer in that same form, as scary as it can be, and it's gonna be worse for some people. It's gonna seem like hell. For other people, it's gonna be like, damn. But you realize that you are not what you were energetically, or that, and you remember, and you go through, and you beat yourself up, and you get scared in some cases, and then after a while, and I don't know a while, when you say a while, you're thinking time, so you can't really be a time, but at some point, let's can't say at time, but at some point, because there's really no time attached, at some point, like I said, you just realize that you are. You get what I mean? Like you forget about what you were, and you realize that you are. You are. And if you are, you can. You get what I'm saying? Like you just kind of start, and then all of a sudden it's just like you're conscious in this body and you're a baby. Like all of a sudden it's like that. It's like you realize that you are, and then all of a sudden, like, you start to have memories, and you realize, and it feels like maybe you've always been, because you don't remember being a little infant baby and being in the womb and all of that shit. Some people say they do, but I don't believe that. But it's just like you realize, when you realize you're already like 2 years, like, you know, a few months old or a few years old or something. It's like your consciousness really kicks in, and you're like, you are, I am. Oh shit, I am. You get what I'm saying? Like, and you want to be. That's why most people don't want to die. You want to be. But yeah, it's just kind of like that. Like you're like nothing, and you're dead, and you're like. And when I say you're dead, it's like you just realize you're not the same. I think you realize you're dead at some point, but I don't know if you. But it's just like, and then you're not. You're fucked up that you're not alive until you understand that you are. And when you understand that you are, and you're this baby. And when they say, oh, your contract, I think. It's, you know, when people think about contract, we look at things from a human perspective, like you went and signed a contract, and it's on a scroll, and on the Hall of Souls, there's this scroll, and you pull out all of your scroll contracts, and you pull it out the scroll, and you put your John Hancock on it. This is not how it works. A contract, or it's just like it's an unspoken thing. Like, okay, you signed up for this, is what you do. This is what we do. At some point, you realize this is what we do. Whatever you are, this is what we do. And so. You just kind of do it, and then at one point you won't. That's another level that I haven't got to understand yet, and I don't want to. But at some point you won't. You will. You keep living. But at some point you won't, and then you do something else, and I don't know what that is, but that's what I ultimately believe. But while we're here for a few minutes, do y'all want to do a little quick feature on the Law of One series every now and then. I could play a little bit of the Law of One in mind so we can talk about it while we're in here. And then we can start doing that on Monday a little bit since we're in Sagittarius season. And then we'll talk about it a little bit and then we'll go from there. All right. So let me play this real quick and then I'll be right back.
On a book that's tied for my favorite.
Listen. That woke me up.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this is going to be the first episode in a brand new series on my channel, which is based upon a book that's tied for my favorite spiritual work of all time, and that is The Law of One. And so The Law of One is a channeled work from the early 1980s by a group of 3 people who were sort of dedicated channelers named Don Elkins, who is the questioner, Jim McCarty, who is the scribe, and Carla Ruckart, who was the channeler.
I'll be right back.
This group ended up contacting an entity named Ra, who explained that it is a 6th density social memory complex. And I'm sure that most of you have no clue what that means right now, but don't worry, because you will. So Ra explains that they apparently visited ancient Egypt a few thousand years ago to dictate their message that they call the Law of One, as well as teaching them how to build the pyramids as healing centers, how to use crystals, the 7 chakras, the tarot deck, the archetypal mind, many other concepts such as these. But a few hundred years after they had stopped communicating with Egypt, their message had been severely distorted in a number of ways. And so because of this, Ra says that they felt a sense of obligation or duty to eventually return and dictate the Law of One again to a group that had a lower probability of distorting their message. And so that's why Ra contacted this group of Jim, Don, and Carla in the 1980s. This book is really remarkable and unique in a number of different ways, but most notably because it is like a PhD level dissertation in metaphysics. The only difficult thing about reading this book is that because Ra is orders of magnitude more intelligent than the average person, the language he uses can be very dense and intellectual, which can make it a little bit tricky to follow. Ra always uses the most accurate possible word available for the message that they're trying to send. And so this means that most of the words that Ra chooses are, let's just say, very big words. So the book kind of has its own unique language that takes a little bit of time to adjust to, because Ra also will use verbiage to refer to concepts that's different in understanding than our verbiage of that concept. So for example, instead of saying person or human, Ra will say mind, body, spirit complex. So it does help to have someone who understands the language of the book to translate it for you, which is what I'm going to attempt to do in this series. I do recommend that anyone who's interested in this kind of material should read the books for themselves or listen to the books, because it's really an experience unlike any other. I've listened to the books 3 times through now, and each time I listen to them, it becomes more and more incredible. And the coolest part is you can actually listen to all 106 channeled sessions from the 1980s if you go to their website, lawofone.info. So with that being said, let's get into the topic for today's video, which is going to serve as sort of the foundation for every other lesson that we will learn in this series. And that is the 7 densities of consciousness. Now, this subject is really interesting because it goes very deep into the science of reincarnation and the evolution of the soul. The number 7 is a very important number within the metaphysical structure of the universe. The 7 densities of consciousness correspond to each of the 7 energy centers in our body, the 7 musical notes on a scale, and the 7 colors within the rainbow. And so this topic will really make sense for you out of some of the mysteries of life, evolution, and consciousness in a way that nothing else really can. So Ra explains that the universe is the mechanism for the one infinite creator to know and experience itself. There are infinite universes, which Ra calls octaves, and the one that we're in is merely one of these infinite number of octaves. Ra explains that the evolution of consciousness within each octave works in 7 major stages, or densities. A density represents the entanglement of light within a certain vibrational range. So the lower the density, the slower the vibratory rate, and the less capacity for the expression of consciousness.
Everything is vibration.
The higher densities have a faster vibratory rate and more ability to express consciousness in its fullness. And this is what drives the engine of evolution. Now, evolution is a fundamental principle within the universe. Everything in creation must be an organic, authentic experience, which means that everything must come through evolution. So in the same way that everything within the physical world evolves, everything within the metaphysical world also evolves, including consciousness. So if we go all the way back to the formation of our solar system, we can see what happened at the beginning of the formation of the first density of consciousness. The first density is that of beingness or awareness and is associated with the red ray or root chakra energy center and the atomic body. This includes all organic matter, which are the four elements of earth, water, fire, and air. As the sun condensed into our star and planets began to form, the Earth spent billions of years in a timeless state of being. After a few billion years of rock, magma, water, and air interacting with one another, the friction of this interaction eventually began to evolve consciousness into the second density, which is the density of growth and movement, and is associated with the orange ray sacral chakra and chemical body. The second density includes all biological life and organic matter that has autonomous movement, all the way down from microbial life up to plants and animals. In this density, consciousness becomes aware of different portions of itself communicating with one another. And through this communication, a second stage is reached where consciousness has learned the lessons of beingness and can now begin to respond to its environment through this newly learned awareness. So as it begins to generate a realization of space and time, consciousness takes on a new vehicle of exploration. The latest stage of second density would be animals who become pets. And through their interactions with humans, such as being given a name, boundaries, and affection, the animal begins to develop a sense of self-awareness, which allows consciousness to begin evolving into the third density.
It's crazy,
Third density is that of self-awareness and the choice. It is associated with the yellow ray or solar plexus chakra and also chemical body. The third density is where each and every one of us find ourselves right now, and is actually the shortest and most intense of all the 7 density levels in terms of incarnation cycles. This is because of 2 major factors: the introduction of polarity and what Ra calls the veil of forgetting. The veiling process occurs in third density to shroud each entity's memory from their previous incarnations, so that there is no awareness that the soul is on an evolutionary journey. This allows each entity to make a completely authentic choice between the positive and negative polarities. The catalyst for evolution in third density is psychological suffering. And this is why the third density is so difficult in comparison to all the others. Suffering forces consciousness to gain freedom from the ego, which was built through the second density. And this allows the entity to eventually become truly autonomous and possess free will. Catalyst in third density is very high because both polarities must be presented in equal proportion. The formation of the ego creates a sense that the entity is separate from everyone and everything, which initially creates a barbaric and hostile behavior at the beginning of third density. This is exactly what we've witnessed in our own human history. But as thousands of years go by and many incarnations are experienced, the soul learns the lessons of love and understanding and begins to remember that it actually is an eternal being having a temporary physical experience. At this point, the choice between the 2 polarities is made. If an entity decides that it prefers the negative polarity, then it begins its evolutionary journey on the service to self path. If it chooses the positive polarity, it begins its journey on the service to others path. So everything about the soul's evolutionary journey hinges around this choice point in the third density that we experience right now. The following 4th through 7th densities are spent exploring, learning, and enhancing the chosen polarity. So we can summarize the first 3 densities by saying that consciousness sleeps in the rock, it dreams in the animal, and it awakens in the human. What's really cool about this understanding is that It gives you a deep sense of appreciation and gratitude for the life that you're living now. Because in order to get to the point where your soul understands all the complexities and variables of the human experience, your consciousness had to first spend billions of years evolving as rock and water and plants and animals, and not to mention probably hundreds of human lifetimes. And so nothing I've shared thus far is really new information, because we already know that the first three stages or densities of consciousness exist, because we can observe them and see them in our own life experience. What we don't know, however, is where the evolution of consciousness goes after the third density. And this is where Ra takes the liberty of informing us. And as you'll see, just like everything else we've ever discovered, the truth of how our universe actually works is always far more amazing than we could have possibly predicted. The fourth density is that of love and understanding, and is associated with the green ray or heart chakra, and possesses a chemical and light body. Ra states that the average lifespan of a fourth density being is around 90,000 years, and the full evolutionary cycle is around 30 million years. Also, according to Ra, our planet also became a fourth density planet in the year 2012. What this means is that our planetary frequency is now hospitable to begin evolving fourth density bodies. This will obviously take hundreds of thousands of years, but the signs of this evolutionary process are already becoming apparent on our planet. We can actually see the shift in the evolution towards fourth density love in our society because of the dramatic changes in social justice, equal rights for minorities, and awareness of global corruption, which have exploded since the year 2012. The shift into fourth density explains the acceleration of spiritual awakenings, technological advancements, and global communication, as the world is becoming increasingly unified and less divided. And this is why so much of the corruption and hypocrisy of our world is currently being exposed. In the fourth density, cross-communication between densities opens up gradually as the veil gradually begins to disappear. This is why we also see a huge increase in channeled works since the 1970s, and this will become increasingly common. In the later stages of fourth density, we're talking millions of years in the future, individual beings begin to join or merge consciousness together to form what is called a social memory complex. These individual entities become a larger entity that serves as a sort of walking library where each entity in the social memory complex has access to everyone else's memories and knowledge. And this process continues to happen through the fifth and sixth density as social memory complexes become larger and more powerful. As a quick side note, the service to self path evolves through the fourth density with an intense narcissism, self-obsession, and hatred of others. The fourth density negative being skips over the green ray chakra because it sees love and understanding as completely useless. And because the entity skips an entire energy center, the evolution through the fourth density is much longer and more difficult for the negative path. This is why almost every channeled book ever written uses the terms we and us instead of I, because after the third density, individual consciousness becomes more and more unified as love increases and spiritual entropy decreases. And so this is also why teachers such as Abraham Hicks and Bashar will say we and us when they speak instead of I, because the entity that they are channeling is a social memory complex. This is also why at the beginning of the Bible it states in Genesis, "Let us create man in our image and after our likeness." And so due to the formation of these social memory complexes, communication quickly becomes more and more telepathic, and this results in the complete disappearance of any ability to be dishonest. And so as the veil of forgetting gradually disappears over the coming millennia, we're going to see more and more people commonly being born who remember their past lives as well. So being in a third density incarnation, each one of us currently possesses a yellow ray chemical body. Each density level has its own energy body that corresponds to that energy center. So a first density or red ray body would be purely atomic, such as rock or water. And this body has much less ability to express consciousness than an orange or yellow ray body of the animal or the human. But when you dream at night, or if you know how to astral project, The body that you take with you is your indigo ray or pineal gland body, while your yellow ray chemical body is sound asleep in bed. And this indigo ray body, which is essentially made of pure light, can walk through walls and transform itself and basically do whatever it wants. That is the type of body that a sixth density being possesses natively. All physical material is essentially electromagnetism. And so light bodies exist farther up the scale of electromagnetism, which means that they have more ability to express consciousness. So you can see that there's a really drastic difference in the ability to express consciousness at each density level because of this sliding scale of electromagnetism. So it doesn't mean that it's impossible for us at this level to do things like physical healing or psychic powers or telepathy. It just means that it's much more difficult due to these heavy, dense chemical bodies that we possess. So if a fourth density extraterrestrial being came to visit us here in physical form, they would be able to do things and know things that would appear godlike to us, in the same way that our ability to use verbal language and make tools and technology appears godlike to a second density animal. And so with that...
Now, before I go any further and finish, we're just going to finish the rest of this and then we'll talk about it real quick, then we'll go. Does that not perfectly align with what I just told you happened in this trip when I said, as I'm perceiving these little things and I realize how great I am, I also simultaneously realize that there's something perceiving me. And whatever's perceiving me is something that I myself cannot perceive nor understand, but it is there and it's perceiving me, and it operates in a dimension that is beyond my powers of understanding. And so listening to that, it's more or less like, okay, I'm on the right track. So just hearing something like this after having an experience like that, it's confirming.
Mind, the difference between fourth and fifth density is equally as drastic. The fifth density is that of wisdom and light and is associated with the blue ray or throat chakra, and is the first body in the densities to be entirely made of light. There's certain imbalances in the fourth density that seek to become balanced in the fifth density, because there's an overzealousness in the fourth density service that can lead to martyrdom, meaning the sacrificing of oneself in order to serve another self. And so the fifth density balances out the love and understanding learned in fourth density with the wisdom of the fifth. Later density souls do often choose to incarnate back into the third density to be of service by bringing their higher frequency to the third density plane of the choice. This is what the term an old soul refers to. So Mother Teresa and Martin Luther King are perfect examples of fourth density beings, while a fifth density being would be akin to the Buddha or an enlightened master or sage. It's almost a guarantee that many of the enlightened masters we know of are fifth density souls who have incarnated into third density to be of service to our collective by bringing their light and wisdom. Because the fifth density body is one of light, this is why angels in every spiritual text throughout history are always said to be beings of light. The fifth density being retreats completely in itself and spends much of its incarnation alone, learning the lessons of wisdom. This is essentially where the total selflessness of fourth density learning meets the total self-sufficiency of the fifth. The lessons of fifth density are knowing that all is unfolding according to divine purpose, and right action is only taken when it is felt to be appropriate and honoring to the free will of the other self. Fifth density beings have almost total freedom in time and space, such as the ability to teleport through thought, the power to manipulate consciousness, to create matter out of light, and so forth. Basically, anything that you can do in a lucid dream, a fifth density being can do in this dimension. By the fifth density, social memory complexes become much larger and more powerful, usually containing an entire planetary civilization. Each density level reaches for the next one, or you could say is pulled by the spiritual gravity of the following density level. So in the same way that the third density is pulled by the gravity of love and understanding in the fourth, the fifth density is pulled by the desire to attain perfect balance of love and wisdom in the sixth density. The sixth density is that of unity and balance and is associated with the indigo ray or third eye chakra and is also a light body. The sixth density turns its gaze towards the balance of love and wisdom. It is an extremely fine-tuned state of consciousness as perfect balance between love and wisdom has been achieved. However, Ra states that the negative path cannot progress past early 6th density because the spiritual entropy becomes too great by this point. And so the negative entity, realizing in its gathered wisdom that further evolution is impossible, then concedes to the path of love and light and reverses its polarity.
So you can never
After,
be a
of
truly
course,
evil
much
being.
internal struggle. On the positive path in 6th density, all polarization that can be achieved through service to others has already been achieved. And so this is when the 6th density soul essentially turns backwards in time and becomes what we call the higher self in order to complete its polarization through the 6th density. That's correct. Your higher self is literally you from the future, albeit billions of years in the future. Being outside of space and time, the 6th density soul serves as a guide to every previous incarnation it has lived, and this service allows it to polarize further towards the 7th density. While Ra does not state how long a 5th density incarnation cycle is, he does state that a 6th density incarnation is around 75 million years. After this time period, the soul begins to approach the final stage in the evolution of consciousness. The 7th density is the gateway density and is associated with the violet ray or crown chakra light body. This is the final density of this octave. This is where all personal identity and memory is lost as you merge back into the source. This doesn't actually mean that you lose anything, but that you actually gain everything else. Not much is known about what the 7th density
you
is
just
like,
go back to
because
source.
as Ra states, they have not progressed that far yet, and so they only know what small details their own 7th density masters have shared with them. So what we do know is that the 7th density serves as teachers and guides to the higher self of 6th density. But it's essentially as if the 7th density has 1 foot in eternity and 1 foot still in manifestation, right before the merge is complete and total oneness with the Creator is achieved. Everything in creation down from the 1st density of a rock is being pulled by this ultimate desire to merge back with the All. After 7th density is completed, the 8th density is essentially the 1st density of the next octave, in the same way that the 8th note of a musical scale is actually the tonic or the octave above that same scale. A brand new universe with brand new experiences of that which we cannot possibly imagine. To give you one last caveat to the 7 densities, Ra states that each density level has 7 sub-densities within it, which each have 7 sub-sub-densities, and so on for infinity. So there is no actual dividing line between the densities of consciousness, as everything just exists on a spectrum. But this is
I ain't letting you
essentially the
listen
way
to
that
this
the higher
anymore.
density beings have
Next
mapped
time,
this out
we'll
for ease
listen
of
to another
understanding.
the next
So
piece
as you
next
can
time.
see, the evolution of consciousness works much the same way
Next
as
time.
grades in school or a belt system in martial arts. Once a certain
Next
grade
Monday,
has
we'll
been
listen to
mastered
another
or a certain
piece.
belt has been mastered, there comes this natural desire to continue progressing.
There's 43
The innate
videos.
desire that all of us have to continue progressing in everything that we do is actually the pull from the Creator that is compelling us to continue evolving and growing and eventually merging back with the Source. Everything in all of creation, even the negative path, everything eventually returns to the same Source. So not only is this not the only life you have, it's actually just the beginning. The incarnation that all of us find ourselves in right now is actually a type of consciousness kindergarten. We're here to learn the nature of polarity and eventually make our choice between the two.
Consciousness kindergarten.
And based upon the choice that we make, we will spend the rest of our soul's evolution progressing up the densities of that polarity. Neither choice is right nor wrong. It's simply up to you. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson and found it as incredibly inspiring, empowering, and uplifting as I do. And if you did enjoy this lesson, then just strap in your seatbelts, because this is just the beginning of the amazing knowledge and insights that the Law of One has to offer. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the...
Yeah, hearing that was life-changing. When I've read the books too, I've listened to the channel works. Hearing it is life-changing, but it's not like when I told you it's not like a revelation, it's a realization. It's like it's a confirmation. It's like, dang, I already knew all of that. It's like you get this confirmation that's very powerful. Like, damn, I knew that. I know that. I know that. My soul knows that. You're thinking about evolution. He's talking about the evolution of consciousness, Heather. He's not saying, he didn't say the evolution of biology. He said the evolution of consciousness. He was talking about the evolution of awareness. And then Ra, I don't know who Ra is. Ra is a social memory complex, which is basically a whole bunch of different souls. It's like when, I mean, he'll explain social memory complexes more in the next video, but basically a social memory complex is like a civilization that finally accepted a like-minded approach. And you're all still your soul, but y'all all love each other, and y'all are one, and you operate as one, and you're like you're one, but and you're yourself, but you're also an entire civilization, an entire planet sometimes. And so yeah, I mean, I believe you. Who knows? But he's saying that there's a scale, and just like he said, fifth and sixth density beings sometimes come into the third density. Well, you would have to think that sometimes those third density beings have put themselves back into the second density or into the early third density, because I would say those some of those animals would be third density. So who knows? It's just something interesting. It's not like my concrete beliefs, but it's the closest. That's the closest to being able to explain what I believe spiritually. And there's so much more. Next time we're going to talk about the Logos. So I love y'all. I appreciate your support. We're out. We'll be back next time. Hold on. Let me see what Heather said. Maybe. It's all maybe. I think he talks about that type of stuff, but yeah.